really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I beat no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef, I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO. It's your boy Marky Dan. And this is FNF Friday Night Fights. And we got a legend, one of my favorite fighters. I don't even know how Marky Dan even knew about this kid. Jimmy Young, man, one of the best fighters to ever live, man. What's going on, Marky Dan?
I'm good. What's good with you, BVO?
Oh, chilling, man. We're a little bit behind, but I'm chilling, man. How about you? I'm ready for some fights, man.
Yeah, man. Tonight we're showing the career of the great Jimmy Young, one of the forgotten champions. Well, he wasn't a champion, but he was robbed of the heavyweight title multiple times. Beat Muhammad Ali, but was robbed of the title. Beat Ron Lyle. Beat Ernie Shavers, but they robbed him. Beat George Foreman. And then finally they robbed him against Ken Norton, which would have given them the WBC title.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just listening to those listed names, I mean, he is truly one of those guys where the business of boxing did not want him. He wasn't big and mean. He wasn't handsome. He wasn't exciting and flashy like Ali. So they just disposed of him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really wrong, man. He's one of those great fighters that really just didn't get their due. Shortly after losing to Ken Norton, he would go on to get robbed once again against Okasi. And he gave up on his dream and went on to become addicted to cocaine and crack as, the early No. This is a serious story, man. I'm telling you.
The way you said is funny. Not sorry.
My bad, bro. But
your accent is hilarious.
That's the reality of the story, man. It's really sad. But tonight we're gonna honor this man. Tonight he gets his due. Let's get it going, man. Let's honor the life and career of Jimmy Young.
Salute to my brother Bruce Gadd showing love early in the chat.
Yeah, salute, Bruce.
Hey, you know something funny, man? What do you think about Ryan Garcia changing the weight, man? I thought it was despicable, man.
Changing what weight?
You see, it's the fight tomorrow is going to be at 143 instead of being at 140. Like, as much as I love Ryan Garcia's skill, as my man Josh said all the time, he could be the best guy at 140, even better than T.O. But you know what? I think his head will never be right, man. That's his problem. I think his head is messed up, man. I'm gonna drop the link for you, Bruce, so you can come up, my guy.
Share the screen, BVO.
Honored to have Muhammad Ali in the vicinity. They have taken to him as if.
Live in your city, in your town, right here. In action, prettiest, fastest, right. Greatest fighter of all time. You all should be very honored to have me in this area.
Arrogant as shit.
Ali was a prick, man.
Political national capital has behaved as if it were honored to have Muhammad Ali in the vicinity. They have taken to him as if he were a new discovery, not the heavyweight champion we have all known for so long. Indeed, it's as if they've heard him for the very first time.
Jack Johnson, people always talk about how great Jack Johnson
See,
was.
people talk
Jack
shit about
Johnson
Floyd.
was
Hear
the
how he
fighter
spits in
of
the
time.
face of the old.
He was slow. Rocky Marciano was good, hit hard, but no footwork. Bill Joe Louis, ranked as the greatest of all time, was then annihilated by Billy Conn until he caught up with him. Now Joe's got the nerve to talk about, I wouldn't have stood a chance with him. All of the fighters throughout all the history, none had the speed, the class, the skill, the science, and it was approved by Holocaust Cell. He admitted himself that after watching those men falling and fighting like sisters and biting and pinching and getting up and falling and rolling all
Hey,
over
no
the
cussing if you come up here, ring. No cussing,
things
bro.
are
For
better
the first 30 minutes, man. No cussing, bro.
Jesse Owens' record has been broken. Jesse James' record has been broken. All the Jesse's records have been broken. Listen, the jet
what's up,
planes
Ray?
now beat the prop.
It's a good one you picked, bro.
What up, though?
Yeah.
Everything is better
This first
today,
fight,
and the fighters are
it's
better.
not really
And I
that
am the
exciting,
greatest fighter,
but
and always remember this,
it
all of you
it
out
just
there,
illustrates
I am the
Young's
greatest
skill. He
fighter
was really able to
Again,
outsmart
everyone,
Muhammad
I'm
Ali.
Howard Cosell, coming to you live from the Capitol Sports Center in Landover,
So it's an interesting
Maryland.
fight
You
to
could
watch.
argue all night and forevermore as to which was the greatest heavyweight champion of all
Ali
time
stole
up
this
till
one,
this
man.
time. The question tonight, and it may be very
Yeah, this
interesting
was a
indeed,
complete
is
robbery.
ballooned up to 230
The champ
pounds
stole
at
it.
34 years
What y'all
of
finna watch the
age.
fight?
How great is
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali now
Who
today?
who you about to
He'll
fight?
be fighting a young man named Jimmy
Muhammad
Young,
Ali
and
is
that's the
his
big point of our evening
well, first
tonight,
off,
as
we're
I
honoring the
preview
life
what we
of Jimmy
think will
Young,
be
the
a
life and
super
career of
weekend
the
right
great
here
Jimmy
on
Young.
ABC Sports.
This was the night he got robbed
Tonight
against
you'll see
Muhammad
the
Ali.
heavyweight champion of the world,
Muhammad Ali
together
got
with the
robbed, or the
number
other dude
one
got robbed?
rated contender
No, the
in
other
the
dude got
world,
robbed. He
Kenny
beat
Norton.
Ali.
He'll be fighting Ron
Bruce,
Lyle,
what's up,
and the
brother?
number 3
What's
rated
up, my
contender
brothers?
is Jimmy Young.
What's
Hey,
good, Bruce?
this fight,
I must disagree with you on this fight.
turn that down, Marky.
Jimmy, Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
All right, Jimmy.
Yeah, turn that volume down. What were you saying, Bruce?
No, listen, this fight, I watched this fight in my college apartment in Boston, May 1976, bro. I mean, this was a huge fight. It was on live on a Friday night on ABC by World of Sports, and I thought Jimmy Young just didn't do enough for this fight, man. He could have won the fight, but he didn't want it. I mean, this wasn't the day where if it was an even round, it went to the champion, because they had the judges had the mentality where the challenger had to take the title away.
Yeah.
And later on, it came to the point where, until that bell rang, when the bell rang, there was no champion. It was up for grabs. But see, I watched this fight, and I rode with Jimmy Young. I love Jimmy Young, bro. I watched every fight that he had after this, and even a couple before it. He just didn't do enough, man. He didn't do enough to win this fight.
I just feel like Ali didn't land anything significant, Bruce.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what Jimmy Young lands significant here, man. Jimmy doesn't land much either. He's got pity pad punches. Ali does the rope a dope. Ali's doing all kind of, he's using his best defenses here. But Jimmy Young just didn't take the title. And, that was the sad reality. And Ali won a lot of fights like that too. Ali had the ability to impress the judges in the last 30 seconds, to showboat. And that throughout his career, he won a lot of fights like that.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a question
Go
real
ahead.
quick? Was Muhammad Ali a heavyweight?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, because I'm asking because he don't look 200. I thought he was like 180 or something. But then I'm like, dang,
No,
cat.
200,
Yeah, he
220
weighed in this
pounds.
fight. I think he's 230.
230. Yeah,
That's when he was big. He was
This
big.
was late in his career. He was a
But
little.
at one point, he did weigh like 180 though, right?
No, he was
Yeah,
already
that's
about
when he was
200.
fighting at light heavyweight, but that's when he was
No,
an amateur and
maybe
early in his career.
yeah.
Oh,
Ali,
I thought he was a heavyweight his whole career. I just thought the weight classes were different back
No,
then.
when he started his career, I think he was around 205. By the time he fought Liston, I think he was up to 218, I think.
Hey, and another thing, bro, don't judge me like that, bro. I ain't no historian. You
no,
know what
man.
I'm
No,
saying?
That's my bad. My bad. That's
No
my
love,
job.
brother. No
You know,
love,
it's
man.
historic.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
judge anybody, damn. And I'm just glad you're in here because that means you have an
Yeah.
interest in boxing, and you're in here with some. I think with some guys who have quite a wealth of knowledge in boxing. And I mean, we're watching one of my heroes in the '70s here. Two of my heroes, Muhammad Ali. I loved him as much as I love my father. And Jimmy Young, bro. Jimmy Young was my man, bro. Like I said, I watched him in '76. I watched him in '77. Norton, fucking Foreman.
He
Um,
beat Norton up, man. I don't know how he didn't get that fight.
Man, that was a close fight, man. And I
Oh,
watched
dude.
it
He won that fight, Bruce. I don't want to
Nah.
hear it.
Hey, I
First of
thought
all, nobody looks good. Nobody looks good against Jimmy Young, and nobody looks good against Ken Norton. Unless your name is
Jimmy
George.
Young
George
is
Foreman. George
me
Foreman
and
looked
Jimmy Young was
amazing, boy.
I
But both
thought
of them, they were
I
both.
thought Muhammad Ali lost. I thought he lost his second fight to Ken Norton.
I
No,
thought he lost.
he lost all three. He lost all three to him. He should have, man.
Damn, he lost 3 fights to one person. It's crazy.
No, he won.
Yeah.
They said he won two. I gave him the second one. He didn't win none
I
of
w-
them fights.
look, I was just about to say, man. I call Muhammad Ali one of the greatest. He lost 3 times to one person. It's crazy.
There was a guy named Eddie Futch, man. I don't know if you know about Eddie Futch, but Eddie Futch
Bro,
had three of Muhammad Ali's losses. He was a trainer. Like just imagine like DJ like times 10, times 20 almost. He was a heck of a trainer, man. Hey Bruce, would you say Eddie Futch is better than Angie? Or what you think?
Well, Angie was a trainer. Was a manager. Butch was really a trainer. He was the X's and O's type of guy.
I don't know, but I still remember you blowing it, kid. You blowing it.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a great motivator. Absolutely. Sugar Ray would have lost that fight if he wasn't in the corner.
So, it's funny, this is kind of a slow start, but the pace they fought back with, man, Bruce, it kind of blows my mind they could fight at such a high pace back then.
15 rounds too.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys, that was their job. Ali. See, the difference between Ali and heavyweight champ today, Tyson Fury and Wilder, they could take soft touches, but then 3 months later they're right in the ring with the #1 contender, and nobody said anything about it. Now they take a soft touch and they wait a year to fight again, so it's just not the same. And these guys, they stayed active, and that's the way. You're a fighter. If you didn't fight, you didn't make money. Now they make huge overinflated purses, and then they don't have to fight as often, and we're the ones who suffer for it.
I got a question for y'all.
Woo! I forgot about that. He did that.
You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh,
So, do y'all think Deontay Wilder could have lasted with the heavyweight fighters back then?
no.
Yeah, if you hit him,
If he hit him, yeah, but he wouldn't hit him. You know that, Bruce. He wouldn't hit him.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
good. Ernie
You know what
Shavers
Ron
wasn't no
Lyle would
great
do to him?
defensive fighter.
You know what Ron Lyle would do to him?
Ron Lyle was a good counterpuncher. I give him that.
I
Man,
don't
Ron
know.
Lyle.
I just
But
feel
Wilder,
like these
he could
guys.
beat anybody as long as he lands.
I'm
I feel
not big
like the
on.
older guys move a whole lot slower than this generation. And it just, I don't know, man. It's just the way Deontay Wilder throw that right hand. It's just hard for me to believe anybody could just stand up to it. Not named Tyson Fury.
That's
Look,
true.
the fight, you gotta think of this, man. It's kind of funny to say this, but just like in basketball, the fighters fought faster back then than they do now. It's kind of funny to say that, but they did. Like the pace was crazy. You gotta remember, Ali was trained for 20 rounds. So you got a man with enough length for 20 rounds. That's a lot of rounds, brother.
I thought it was 15 rounds.
I'm talking about he's trained to do 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
ever heard?
lot.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I be tired after I fight somebody for about a minute. I be in them.
Yeah.
I be huffing and puffing. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe because I'm just this generation. I feel like a lot of these guys will work the older guys out.
I mean, I don't know. The funny thing is, them old men chopped trees, walked everywhere. They didn't have a
Yep.
lot of the amenities that we have now. I mean, can you imagine a man who walked everywhere? Like,
And in
that's
those
a,
eras, they're a lot more technical than you think, man.
yeah.
I mean, they look like brawlers, but no, they just know how to fight. And it's not easy.
Did they have
Floyd kind of soiled the game a little bit where cats don't want to lose too. That was never a thing in boxing, like in the 70s and 80s. Nobody cared about losing.
Well, they cared, but it's not. It wasn't as heavy as it is today.
They did. I don't know, man. They took some tough fights, Bruce. To be
Oh,
candid
oh,
with you.
absolutely. Well, that's the bottom line in boxing is somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. But today, it seems like they're afraid to lose. They're afraid to get that L on their record. But
But like back then, it'll probably be much easier for you to lose a fight when you fighting 6 times a year. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true, man. That's the reason they don't want to fight so often today because they don't want to get that L.
To be honest with you, I couldn't imagine seeing my favorite fighter fight 6 times a year, bro. That'd be I would love it. I would love to see Tank fight 6 times a year
You know how
or
much
Earl
your
Spence.
boy Earl used to fight before he became champion? Remember Earl would fight 4 times a year?
Probably when he was everybody fight that much coming up.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying everybody start off like that.
Yeah, those days are gone. The guys like Mike Tyson fighting 25 times a year. You don't see that anymore. You just don't see it because
I'm pretty sure he won't fight no top level competition if he fought 25 people.
Not top level competition.
I know he didn't. He'd probably be dead if he fought 25 top level competition fighters. Not even 25, but even 10. Even if he fought
No, that
10
was funny.
high level competition fighters, he would be. I don't think he'd be even walking around today.
You know what I would say, Bruce? I don't think Jimmy had enough dog in him. That was his biggest problem.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough.
No, that's not it.
I don't know, but I'm not saying he wasn't good, Mark. I'm just saying that he just never was mean and tough enough. He just never was a nasty guy. Like, George Foreman was nasty. Ron Lyle was nasty.
No, but you're talking about dog. That means you have some gumption in you to fight back against adversity. Jimmy Young can handle. I mean, you're gonna see later when he fights George Foreman, he can handle adversity.
I seen that fight. Yeah, he beat. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. George was never the same, man.
George was a monster.
I'll tell you this, man. I think George Foreman really left a lot on the table, if you ask me. If he would have had his mind right, man, Bruce, I think he could have been probably the greatest if he would have had his mind right.
So was this at Muhammad is this his beginning or middle or end of his career?
This was at the end of Ali's career.
That's the end right here.
Yes, this was 76. He had his last fight in 1980. the from 70, after this, it was just sad to watch him. He was not the same. This is Ali would be dancing. Ali prime, he would have taken Jimmy Young on. I really think he would have. I think he would have confused the hell out of Jimmy Young. I mean, this is really a showing of him.
Yeah.
So like
but that was a pretty good Muhammad Ali though. That's the thing that get me. But you say that he was pretty good though too. I mean,
you got to go watch him in his prime.
Oh, you coming to so nobody could touch him?
Hey, so like in the boxing community, like, because I remember when Muhammad Ali at first passed, I was at work. Well, I wasn't at work. I just remember they had like a big like parade and stuff. Like, was it a big thing in boxing where everybody just like shut down or something for a minute? Did anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
That's like when Kobe died, man. That's just an icon right there. You got to take a moment.
Yeah, because I remember like I was seeing it on all at the time. I didn't watch boxing at all, so I just was like, I always knew who Muhammad Ali is just by the name. I just never watched him fight before at that time. So I just knew who he was.
He's the most written about person in the history of literature. What does that mean? More than Jesus Christ, more than Muhammad.
But I ain't gonna lie though. When Kobe passed, I ain't gonna lie, I cried that day. I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's funny, man. For me being a Lakers and a Kobe fan, especially all those years before he died, it's crazy, Bruce. You gotta die for people to love you, man. That's sad. It's sad, man.
What you say, BVO?
I was saying all the years I watched Kobe, it took him to die for people to really love him. It's crazy.
Nah, Kobe was he was always my favorite athlete ever since I ever seen him touch a basketball. He always was my favorite athlete.
Dudes not like Kobe, man.
People used to hate on him a lot.
Made Shaq lose, man. He made us lose Shaq, man.
People
really didn't like him, man.
Because I remember, like, I was growing up, like, my brother, he didn't like Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And,
who was that?
Huh?
I was asking Bruce, who was that?
That's the president's son.
That's, Gerald Ford's son. This dude was always getting busted for weed. He was, man.
He was a fighter, too?
They tried to hide him, man. Gerald Ford's son, Jack, but he was, like I said, they tried to hush him. If he was around today, he'd be a fucking internet star. They would love him. I think the CIA kept him in his house. They kept him fucking under wraps as much as possible. He was an embarrassment to the family.
Did they have female boxing back then?
Yeah, they did.
But it wasn't sanctioned the way it is today, right, Bruce?
You know what? I remember this fight now. You're right, Bruce. He didn't do enough. I remember this fight now. Now watching it again, he just did not do enough.
This is like the Santos and freaking Shakur Stevens.
Hey,
it was putting people to sleep, literally, bro. I can remember on a Friday night, we're college kids, we're all fucking pumped up. We got a keg in the fucking apartment. And it's like, oh, this fight's still on. Yeah, I put the music on. And it was a boring 15-round decision. Ali took it. I don't know if it was unanimous split or unanimous or split. Unanimous.
I remember the first time I seen Sugar Ray Leonard.
I thought it was a really good performance when he was young.
Oh, he was the best.
I really unloved it enough.
I remember, like, when I first seen him fight, I'm like, golly, who is this guy? Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying? I'm just watching him like, dang, he got real good foot movement. He was popping the jab in and out, stepping. I'm just like, dang, I wish I would have grew up watching him fight. He probably would have been my favorite fighter of all time.
I never was a fan, man. He was such an Ali knockoff, man. I was glad when the ring busted his head.
He was special, though, bro. I saw Sugar Ray Leonard live when he fought Floyd Mayweather Sr. And man, I was in the fourth row. He was so fucking impressive. He was doing the Ali shuffle. He was fucking solo punching. I mean, he was just
You fought,
he was only in his 14th pro fight, I think, and it was his
when
first
you
big.
fought Sugar Ray Leonard, they said it felt like you getting jumped. You just getting
No,
hit from every
no,
single goddamn angle.
I saw the facial expression change when he really got him hurt, and he went in for the kill, and it was like you're in a street fight. You know when you see somebody and you're like, I ain't gonna stop this motherfucker. He had that look in his face where, I mean, that was a fucking hawk on a fucking rat. He was not gonna, a pit bull on a poodle. He had that. I knew right then and there. This man is gonna be a fight for the ages. We're gonna be talking about him, and it was for sure, bro. But he had his pitfalls. He fucking ran into a fucking mean, mad Duran and tried to go macho man with him. Got his ass fucking handed to him, but he came back again. Came back again, and he fucking he made Duran look like a fool, like nobody ever made Duran look. Made him say no mas twice.
I know Floyd Mayweather be taking a lot of flack because he don't think Muhammad Ali was like a top 10 greatest of all time. Y'all be saying that?
I
I
think he
don't,
was just playing, man. I don't think he the one to say that. I don't
Nah,
think he made that.
I don't know. I really believe Floyd Mayweather don't believe Muhammad Ali was a top 10 fighter. He
No,
really don't believe that.
Floyd, you gotta remember this. So Floyd said one thing when he fought, like he don't care about legacy, he don't care about this, all he wants is the money. And now that he got all the money and his legacy and what he thought it should be, he always complaining about it. But at the end of the day, you can't have it both ways, dog. You can't. You can't say you don't care about legacy because you gotta remember, like Floyd was very, very angry, man. That was his problem. He was very, very angry at boxing, man. So that's why you see Tank being the way he is, where he don't care about the big fights. Like Tank don't even want to fight for the WA belt. I don't know if you heard about that. He said he didn't want to be elevated to the WA champion.
yeah, I heard that.
Hey, you remember what Tank said? He said, this is called prize fight, dummy. He said, I fight for a prize.
You talking
That's
about
what he
Floyd
told
said
his
that?
brother Hattie. No, that's what Tank had told
Oh,
Danny.
no, Floyd said
When,
that the Sugar Shane Mosley, that
oh,
exact
well,
thing.
I ain't see that, but I seen when Tank had said it, he was hanging out like the side of a Tahoe or truck or something like that. He was like, it's called prize fight, dummy. Basically saying he don't care about no belt. He don't want no belt. He just he just fighting for the bag. He don't care about no belts.
I don't
And
know,
he said
bro.
he don't
I
want to pay
think
that.
it. I
And he
kind of
said he
hate
don't
that.
want to pay that 3%.
What happened to Monkey Dan?
Oh, he coming back. Sometimes his computer get messed up. Yeah, but
Yeah, he
there
he
we
he
go.
he said that he didn't want to pay that 3% sanction fee neither.
The thing is, some fighters need belts. Tank's he's got that Reggie belt, and to him, that's all he needs because he doesn't sell. His fights don't sell because they're title fights. they sell
Exactly.
because they're
Exactly.
title fights. And,
Uh,
he is the
he
draw.
they sell because he's a very exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah,
And on top of that, he's almost guaranteeing you uh, uh, a highlight reel knockout. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he got like the culture of people behind him. Like casual fans gonna check for Tank. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's like, so yeah.
But he
Cause
doesn't
like
need
even
the
like
belt.
my cousins now, even my cousins who don't watch boxing, when they talk about boxing now, who active, they just talk about Tank.
Yep. Tank
That's
doesn't need the belt. The belts need Tank.
yeah.
And that's the way it's
Yeah.
going to be. You watch, bro. He's going to end up with belts. He'll find the right federation that's going to cater to his demands. That he don't have to fight mandatories, and I mean he'll grace them by taking their belt, and he'll make sure that it's a good deal on paper. He's no dummy.
Yeah, he's special, man. I just want him to fight some big fights for his shot, man. That's it.
I ain't gonna lie, like me personally, like after I become undisputed, I'm dropping the belts immediately. Like I'm not gonna be paying 12%, bro. It's crazy. You know.
Well, yeah, unless you're a big enough draw, some fighters need those belts to sell their fights. But other fighters who transcend the title, like Tank, they don't like Wilder. They don't need a belt to sell their fights, man. Their name
Yeah,
sells.
Canelo don't need them belts neither.
No, but Canelo's got that sense of pride where he has he's got legacy on his mind. He wants
I'm
to.
not. I don't. I'm not sure about that pride and legacy, man. Because he been ducking David Benavidez for years.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to happen, bro. I think see in this day and age, fucking ducks are so common. The fights get made, but they get made past the expiration date, but they do get made. And I can't complain anymore because that's what boxing's come to today. And these two are going to fight probably on Cinco de Mayo, and maybe even a rematch in September. But we're finally going to see them fight. I really think it's going to happen, bro.
That boy had Muhammad Ali out there shaking his hips.
Oh yeah,
So,
he can't do the Ali shuffle anymore, so he's got to just shake his hips.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
You
I
see,
think
that's
David
most of the
Benavidez
fight
is a
over.
bit of.
Ali
I
just
think
missing
David.
the landing.
Well,
I think David. I
Jimmy
think
Young,
David gonna be the first one to stop him.
if you hurt Ali, Ali's never going to show it, man. You know that's when he does. That's when he does those clown acts. That's when he wiggles the hips, acts like he's wobbled. And I think Jimmy Young nailed him with the right hand in this round. Ali just got a nice right hand and uppercuts.
I had seen this one boxer. I think they call him a drunken master or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
Emmanuel Augustus, yeah.
Man, that dude, he would have been all over TikTok today, bro. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have been bigger than Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like if he was winning, he would
Yeah,
have.
that
Man,
was
that dude,
that
man,
got
that
robbed.
that man, that dude would
he,
have been on memes. He would have been on memes and all type of videos.
he didn't take boxing serious, man.
No, he did, man. It's just he had his own style about it. He was a great fighter, man. It's just a shame he got robbed a lot too. He gave Floyd his toughest fight.
I thought Floyd knocked him out, didn't
Yeah, Floyd stopped him.
Yeah.
But Floyd said it was his toughest fight though. So he was so hard to fight. The fucking drunken master. I mean, he was such a weird fighter. And I've spoken to people who trained with him before, and they said he'd love to get stoned. If he didn't get stoned so much, especially during fights, he would have been a way better fighter. He liked to party, but whatever it is, you can't be doing that and getting in the ring, man. You know, save it for after. The drunken master was a wake and bake kind of a guy.
So what is Muhammad Ali's greatest performance?
Oh shit!
Cleveland Williams. I
You
mean,
got,
he
you
has a lot.
got enough hour?
You could argue the third Joe Frazier fight.
Do they got some like on like
The,
is they
the,
on YouTube?
the
Foreman, the Rumble in the Jungle.
combo in the jungle, the fucking Jerry Quarry fights.
Sony listed.
Fights. The fight with Eddie Machin, bro. Was it
Oh
Eddie
yeah.
Machin? Ali, it was his best, man. It was prime Ali.
He has a lot of legendary nights in the sport, so it's really hard to pick which one.
Ernie Terrell.
Oh, that was I love that one. What's my name?
So
Boom, boom. What's my name?
so
Boom,
all
boom.
so everybody on
Uh-huh.
this panel, y'all been watching boxing like y'all whole life.
Nah.
No.
Kind of, well, not my whole life, but definitely my whole adult life.
Yeah, man, I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
start watching
Definitely
boxing.
parts of my life.
I didn't start watching boxing until like Adrian Bronner came on the scene.
How old
You
were
know,
you?
Not, at the time, I don't know. I think what HB came around like 2012, 2013. Adrian Bronner.
so you was probably 19, 20.
No, I was a little older than that, bro.
No,
30. I'm 34 now. So
Adrian Broner 34. That's why I said that. I know how to count, fool.
golly, bro. I ain't trying to say you can't count it, bro. Golly, boy, y'all just boy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all been attacking me like a mud today.
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
No, but yeah, I think it was like around like 2012 when I started watching boxing. I started watching Adrian Broner. I'm like, when I first got introduced to boxing, I seen a clip of him on Facebook, and he was just talking a whole lot of noise. Like, I'm the can man. Anybody can get it. African, a Dominican. He was just going. I'm like, who is this guy just talking crazy? I like that. And man, so I started checking him out. And I started watching his fights. It was hard for me to keep up with boxing. I didn't know how y'all kept up with boxing. It wasn't like basketball, just turn on ESPN or something like that. So, but yeah.
The same way. I liked boxing as a kid, and then I came back around 2012 when Devin Alexander was killing everybody. My mistake, unaliving people. He was a monster. But really, boxing is not. You gonna rewatch like these fights that we watch. Shit, it's just our way of getting back in the lab and learning more. Like I didn't know for a long time. I was a big Joe Louis fan. I didn't realize that when you got movement, Joe Louis had a hard time catching up to you. Because I used to always say Joe Louis will knock Ali out clean out.
Well, Joe Louis is the one who can praise. They can run, but they can't hide.
Yep.
Oh, that came from him? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
You're only outboxing Joe Louis until you're not.
I never understand why they brought Joe Louis back against Rocky Marciano. That was so stupid, man.
Man, the money was right, and you know, Joe was only 36 years old. That's not old for a fighter. It's ancient in those days. But I mean, Deontay Wilder is older than him.
He was only 36. I didn't know he was that young. He looked so old in that fight, though, Bruce.
36, bro. That's because they fought so much. They didn't have the nutrition they have today. They didn't have the supplements, the vitamins. You know, your body rusted. It oxidized. It got older faster. Now we've got anti-aging clinics. Like, you know, they've got the foods you can eat to keep yourself young. And these fighters just didn't have that, especially Joe Louis, man. You know, even further than that, go back to the Depression. These guys had a fucking bowl of soup a day, you know.
Hey y'all, hey, I'm gonna hit y'all up later. I'm about to go out to eat. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, man. Peace.
Ooh, he hurt Ali.
He hurt him. It's so crazy, Bruce, to watch Ali fight like this, man. It's just crazy to watch Ali. Even old, he was so smart.
Oh yeah, can you imagine what a prime guy like this would do to Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury would be falling flat on his face. He'd be trying to cut the ring off. His feet would get tangled up. I don't know if you noticed the footwork that he has compared to the ancient Ali.
Tyson Fury got exposed, man.
Ali flaws, man. I think that Tyson Fury will be able to take advantage of too, because Ali he took advantage of his height against those smaller guys back then. But that pulling straight back against a 6'9", 6'9" opponent, I don't know about that, Bruce.
You never know, bro. It'll never happen.
See what he did to big guys, though? He used to beat big guys to death.
I rock with Ali. Look at Jimmy Young putting his hands up. I love him, bro.
Yep.
You should start doing this with us, Bruce. We're going to do Lennox Lewis next week, man. One of my favorites. My favorite. I love Lennox, man. I think he could have beat Ali. That's the only guy I think could have beat Ali.
Yeah, he was a great fighter. But you know what I loved about this era? I was young. I didn't have a job. I didn't have to worry about raising a family. I could just devote my whole life to boxing, man. I watched this fight so many times, and I mean Jimmy Young's career. You know, I could go to fights. As you get older and responsibilities hit you, I couldn't donate so much of my life to boxing. Drew Bundini Brown and Angelo Dundee. Shit, man. Look at Drew Bundini Brown. Still got some more hair on his head. This is cool stuff to go back and watch this fight. Don King with his emblem on the ring.
I miss Don King in boxing, man. I really miss him a lot.
No, I bet Jimmy Young doesn't miss him. Oh, he got his pockets picked.
The thing is, Don never said no. These guys should have knew that. Nothing's free, man.
Different times, bro. Different times, you know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Even the greatest.
Jimmy Young's gaining more confidence because you got to remember, Jimmy Young. He had some big fights, but this is it. This was his biggest fight of his career, bro. This is the world championship.
See him taking that step to the side. He was such a versatile fighter.
Oh yeah.
He could be the bull, the pursuer, or he could be the fox on the back foot.
I ain't gonna lie, Marky, man, you're really great at pointing out little nuances in fighters, man. Like I didn't see this. This like the third time I've seen this fight, and it's like this is way different than I remember. It's true.
Jimmy Young's getting more confidence now. Now he's closing up.
He was putting a lot of pressure on Ali. Ali wasn't doing much.
What round are we in right now? The 8th round?
No, the 10th.
Yeah, so.
He was Jimmy Young. He really discovered his talents against Ken Norton. Ken Norton brought him in as a sparring partner, and Ken Norton kicked him out of camp because he couldn't hit him. He was so elusive.
Ken Norton don't get enough love, man. He was a master, man. He don't get enough love, man.
Great fighter. One fight we're gonna watch on this channel is Ken Norton versus Larry Holmes.
Oh man,
that's one of my favorite fights of all
you
time.
Love wars, dude. That's what they about Martin Day. You love the wars, man.
Oh, that was just unbelievable. Norton and Holmes fight. Everybody talked. That's probably in the top 10 slugfest of all times. That was just incredible. Everybody's. I watched that fight live too. That was like a whoa! People spilling their drinks.
I bet, man.
You couldn't get a drink till the bell rang between rounds. Even the waitresses weren't fucking walking around, you know.
What's your favorite fight of all time, Bruce?
I don't know, man. I don't know. So many of them. I never made a list of my favorite fight. Maybe I don't know, man. There's just so many of them.
I would say for me it would be Ron Lyle versus George Foreman. I love that fight.
Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns was really. I mean, it takes a lot to make me say a fight was greater than that. That fight had everything.
Yeah. But you know, I think the thing that's so funny is when I'm thinking about Sugar Ray Leonard, man, he had so much talent. He can do everything. That's so rare in a fighter, man. He can just do everything. Mid-range, in close, power. I remember I watched people don't like Jim Lampy, but Jim Lampy said Mick Jagger walked up to him when Ali got beat up by Larry Holmes and said, "That's the end of our youth, man."
What did he say?
When Ali got beat up by Larry Holmes, Mick Jagger said, "That's the end of our youth," because that, like, people Bruce's age, man, Ali was their guy. He was like for the youth, man. Like,
yeah, because Ali
like him.
Still is, bro.
He started all the way back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Whooping
I'm just
ass.
saying he was like for the youth. Like that's what my grandma, they always say that, like, you know, he was the young guy.
Well, you gotta understand. Back then, the Vietnam War was raging, and that war was so controversial. It was as controversial as Israeli and Palestine is today. There were riots in the streets. The two groups were fighting each other, and Ali became a figurehead for the anti-Vietnam War movement. He was like the number one. People that weren't even boxing fans, they knew Ali. Ali was the man who refused to be drafted. He's the guy we want to follow. So he was a spokesman for the generation, man. And he was hated too. The people, the hard hats they used to call him, the
Mm-hmm.
fucking the love it or leave it, America first kind of people. They hated Ali. He was a
Yeah.
traitor. He was everything, man. He was the N word. He was the fucking. They were glad he was stripped of his title. When Joe Frazier beat Ali, they were so glad of that. But then Ali, it was funny because even when he was down, he would come up and he had the answer for every question, and even the other side came to love Ali, and it was just amazing, man. He was probably the most, like somebody said earlier, the most recognizable figure in the world at the time. More than Jesus Christ, more than the president of whatever. But yeah, man, Ali was truly something to see, man. When Ali died, bro, I mean, dude, I cried. It was, no shit. If I start talking about him now, I'll get fucking clamped up. That's how much I have fucking feeling for Ali.
I know that feeling. You know, one time we were watching one of my favorites, Joe Lewis. Your boy Murphy Dillon was having me crying, thinking about how bad they did Joe.
Yeah.
They did Joe like they
Really
treated Joe
did,
like
man.
mud, man.
Yep.
Poor thing.
But that's what America does to the black, especially all the way back then. They robbed him of his riches, or excuse me, he worked for them, then they robbed him.
Man, they stole every nickel the man had. It's crazy, man.
Yep, donated, and they could have. Oh my God, they could have just wrote those off in donations. All those donations he made to the U.S. Army.
Man,
They
all he
said,
did
"Nah,
for
all
us,
that
man, in
shit, you
World War
gotta
II,
pay
man.
all the taxes."
Fucking terrible, terrible, terrible tragedy, man. A shame. Black eye on the fucking America. Nah. Let's hope it never happens again.
You know, that's why Ali was like, people don't realize Ali was like that because he knew that
Yeah, dude
just
with the
like,
white hat back there. I'm sorry. When they pan the crowd again, you're gonna see this dude with a big white hat. That's Michael Dokes. Just see it back there.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
dope.
remember.
See, what's the name of the guy that? What's the name of his man? Guy that took care of him?
Angelo Dundee,
No, 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 no.
the guy that took care of
I
who?
remember he had a promo for. They did an interview with him and his. He's the guy. He paid for him through the amateurs when he was a teen. He brought him back after his cocaine addiction.
He brought who back? I'm sorry.
Michael
I got.
Doak.
Oh, Michael Dokes. Shit, man.
I don't know.
When you say the name, I'll probably say, oh yeah, but it's not jumping out at me.
Well, I'd have to say the fight is a very close fight.
But yeah, I remember when he came back from the cocaine addiction, and he had a little winning streak going. Then he ran into I think it was Razor Ruddock was the first one he ran into, took his head off, and Evander Holyfield. It was
That
sad.
Holyfield fight is one of my favorite fights of all time.
It was sad, man, because I was riding with Dokes. Being a recovering addict myself, I was fucking. I was in Michael Dokes' corner. I was hoping he'd make a comeback and get himself another title shot, maybe even regain the title. But man, it wasn't to be. Michael Dope, you can see him back there.
Countdown continues for round 12.
Howard, it couldn't be for the money only because he and Frazier had one.
Oh,
That was Frazier.
See,
they
that's
call
a
him
tactic
knockdown.
Jimmy Young was using, and he was smart because the
Did they just-
referee was penalizing him.
What was that referee counting for? You just call that a knockdown?
I don't know.
No, I really don't know why it was.
Ali would kill himself training.
I guess he didn't know what to do.
There's that flurry. Let's look at it again. It happened right above us in Ali's corner. Young against the ropes. And Ali now trying to overpower him, but without the old snap to the punches and without the timing. Look at that miss. Then the left got in there. Timing is completely gone, Kenny.
Look at the glove. The gloves look so different from
I
the
really
you.
had that much.
Good eyes are not trained.
That's right.
It's very obvious he didn't train very hard for this fight. Overconfidence.
I made
What you say about the
Norton doing the commentary, and Norton's always throwing a dig to Ali whenever he can.
He underrated this kid. This kid's a
As you should, man.
Ron Lyle also estimated this young man.
That's right. That's what happened to Ron Lyle.
I hate to hear him speak with such slow speech now, man.
Hey, look at this, man. How can I don't know? Jimmy Young I can't see him winning a title with shit like that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing enough.
First time I've seen that, Howard, I can't answer that one for you.
I mean,
What is
Yeah,
that?
I think the thing that lost it for him is him doing that so much.
He's winning the crowd over by doing this. If you can't hit the man once he's through the rope.
That's not going to score points.
That's really fucking
Action, a weird scene.
very weird. It's all coming back to me. It's 1976. I'm doing mushrooms. I'm watching this fight.
No mushrooms.
I was.
Overpower the younger man now.
That was the biggest. There was so many mushrooms back then, man. Oh, I think I did them every day for about 2 months.
Round 13.
Wow,
I
boy,
only took mushrooms once. It's a pretty good experience.
You think now that Young is
kind of
At
weird
least
seeing
when you're
water
around,
like 3D.
when you're around people, go by yourself. It's a
Oh, I was in downtown. I was in Boston, bro. I was living in downtown Boston. I was around people. I was like fucking. I had 1 million people around me. Oh, 24 hours a day. It was crazy.
yeah, but when you're by yourself, it's not very fun because it's like can't stop your thoughts. So you just have to let it flow.
Well,
If you don't let it flow, you start to really trip.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is, bro, once you understand what tripping is all about, you'll never have a bad trip because you know it's only a fucking chemical thing going on. It's eventually going to come down. And see, I was to the point where I could be by myself and really dig it. I'd put some jazz on, and I'd fucking swear I was at fucking Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland. You know, I mean, dude, I used to be way out there, but I could dig it by myself, and I could dig it with people. So, like I said, if you're tripping for 2 months straight, if you're doing mushrooms, you got to be able to handle all situations. You know.
Yeah.
Yo, salute to my brother Bentley in the chat.
Not for television now. It's
Dang.
But one thing I'll say, mushrooms, they definitely help you think about shit. Especially, they really force you to think about shit, even stuff you don't want to think about, but you might have to.
They say that they use psychedelics for therapeutic things where they try to get into your mind, go into your back thoughts, think about your youth, the people that raised you, and if you have any inner fucking demons and that. I never get into that, but I always just did it for fun. I always just did it to fucking get that extra special buzz. I never get into it like philosophically. The first time I tripped, maybe I did, because that's when I didn't know how to handle it, and I went home and I'm talking to my mother and my father about traveling to Europe and moving this and that and starting a business here. I was fucking way out there, but after that,
It's a mushroom
I knew what to expect.
called ayahuasca. Did you hear Deontay Wilder was trying to take?
Yeah, ayahuasca. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they get these fucking shills that have these clinics now. You
Yeah, they
spend
talking about shrooms, man.
they take you on these fucking things. They give you, they clean you internally and externally, and they take a big chunk of your cash, and it's all bullshit. Believe me. I've been doing fucking psychedelics since fucking 1971, and they it's just something. See, they mess with your chromosomes, and you hallucinate, and it's all where you want to take it. So it's not like this drug is controlling you. This drug is enhancing.
It's powerful enough to help you recall memories all the way back from when you were an infant, even to when the stage of when your brain was developing. But it's very powerful, and you have to take it like you'll take it, and the psychologist will basically be literally holding your hand the entire time. I heard a couple different experiences where guys basically felt they both multiple people said they felt like they were sliding down the edge of the universe.
Oh yeah,
control, man. That shit is crazy. I'm good on that shit.
If I was running one of those fucking excursions, man, whatever I told these people I wanted them to feel, that's how they would feel, because they don't have any resistance. They don't understand that this is the drug that's controlling them, and they should be controlling the drug. And I know that, so they could never do that to me. I would never feel those fucking feelings unless they wanted to. You got to understand, you got to have a very weak mind, and somebody has to control your thoughts for you to experience those experiences, because they put those thoughts in your head. And like I said, this drug is just going to mess with your chromosome, and you're going to have hallucinations, and you're going to fucking have your tingles throughout your body, and you get the amphetamine speedy kind of high. So it's all how you control that. If you let that control you, you'll have bad trips. You'll have fucking you'll think you're in a nightmare. You'll see fucking hallucinations, demons coming down on you, and everything. Because your brain is the thing that's the powerful thing. This is only enhancing that. So you have to control it, bro. Don't let it control you, and you can enjoy it recreationally. But it ain't gonna fucking bring you back to your fucking room. You're not gonna be able to cure everything. I mean, that's all bullshit. You can tell them Bruce Glass told you.
Hey, you ain't lying though, man. What do you say? Y'all ever heard of DMT?
Yes, sir. I
sleep. It's the chemical that causes us to dream. I've never heard of it.
See, Young was showing up big in these last rounds, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I did shrooms, man, I always had a ball.
Oh, Jimmy Young is coming on. Well, I've done shrooms. I've done many kinds of LSD, purple Osley, window pane, orange sunshine, LSD 25. Dude, I can't even remember all the time. I've done mescaline. I've done peyote. I've done PCP. Not PCP. Fucking STP. It's got 3 letters anyway, but it's another psychedelic. I've done morning glory seeds. I mean, I don't think there's a psychedelic. I've never done ayahuasca, but I've done almost every other one of those fucking things. Shot of licking the code,
It make the sky brighter too, man. That's the crazy thing about it. It like, if you ever look at when you on mushrooms, it make the sky so bright.
Bro, I know people who did so much psychedelics that I haven't seen them for 40 years, but as far as I'm concerned, they ain't never coming down, They just blew some fucking circuits upstairs, and they're like, the last 2 times I've spoken to them, they're never the same. Never the fucking same, man. They're in fucking Whoville or something, bro.
It ain't hard to lose reality, man. People don't realize that. It's a very thin line between sanity and insanity.
I knew this guy used to do fucking window pane acid. He would put it in his eye. Because when you do that shit, it usually takes about 3 hours, 4 hours for you to reach your peak on it, to get off on it. And they want it now. They want instant relief. And somebody said, "Oh, this is pure LSD 25. You can put it right in your eye." And they were nuts that were doing that. I saw a couple of fucking idiots who did something like that. And they're like, "Oh, wow, man. I'm fucking already there. I'm going, oh, okay, whatever. You know? But yeah, man, there's a whole culture with that. The Grateful Dead culture, man. The electric Kool-Aid acid test, where these cats, and I've done it before. We used to trip for like 3 days straight, listen to nothing but Grateful Dead songs. Fucking psychedelic, fucking
DMT. I'm gonna look it up.
oh, crazy shit, bro. You know, they call that the electric Kool-Aid acid test. If you could pass that, then you went on to the next level.
I love that song "Keep Trucking" by Grateful Dead. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, there was. I mean, dude, you should hear when they do these jams for 3 fucking hours. Fucking dead. It's like, you know, because these cats who did these acid trips, they knew the Dead, and they used to get these reel to reel tape of these jam sessions, these real long concert jams and stuff. This was before before YouTube and before CDs. And if you didn't get it on album, you had to get it from bootleg fucking recordings from concerts, and people had all kind of bootlegs back then, man. And that was
Man, I heard a Kinda Blue on A-Track one time. Man, it's gonna sound crazy, but it actually sounds different than it do
yeah.
like on the CD. It was weird. It was on A-Track by Miles Davis, Kinda Blue. I heard the whole album like on A-Track. It was a weird experience, man. I think the music sound different on different devices.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, I love Miles Davis. I used to like Coltrane a lot, but man, I feel like Miles is that guy.
I have so much Miles on vinyl, Coltrane on vinyl. I used to listen to fucking Miles. Sometimes it would be just Miles the whole day. You know, I would just go from fucking the beginning to the end, man. You know, Sketches of Spain and Miles Smiles and My Funny Valentine and fucking Bitches Boo and
I love the quartet. I love that Miles. We had that quartet, and like just how that music. I wish I could feel the way that music sounds, man. It was crazy.
the Ron Carter, Tony Williams, Herbie Hancock, and Wayne Shorter quartet. That was just classic music for years.
Oh, Haney and Regis is next week, Bentley. This week is King Ryan versus the Amazon driver. Wow.
Just bringing out the bullet. Not supposed to.
That's one for Muhammad Ali. Has it 72-65 Ali.
He already told us he won the fight.
Heavyweight champion of the world. Has it 71-64 Ali. A unanimous decision.
A good ring announcer will read the scores, then he'll read who it's in favor of.
Living with Jimmy Young, and he doesn't believe the decision. Now they're mobbing Ali as the crowd boos the decision.
Yeah, hey, man.
I
That's
got
what
Devin
happened.
Haney.
Fight. The Lord Tony's bullet.
Champion of the world retains his title here in Landover, Maryland. Now,
He couldn't knock out Jimmy Young, and Jimmy Young didn't do enough to win the fight. So this was a draw as far as I'm concerned.
Muhammad, wait, you realize that you did not fight well tonight. I'm not picking on you. Let's be clear.
You're right.
Were you worried that you had lost the
No,
decision?
I know I won the decision, but I knew it'd be close. Didn't really train too hard, as you know, I was too heavy. I'm fighting again next month, a fella who is much rougher but not as fast. Then I'm fighting a Japanese wrestler. First of all, I want to thank Almighty God Allah. And Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims and my
The Japanese wrestler.
Honorable Wallace D. Muhammad. I repeat, Assalamu alaikum to my great leader, the Honorable Wallace D. Muhammad.
But you have admitted you were out of shape. Did you learn a lesson
No,
tonight?
I'm not out of shape. I couldn't go 15 rounds out of shape with that young man. I learned the lesson that I played too much in training.
Back there.
I didn't train as hard as I should, but I got by like I wanted to, really. Hate for him to be close. Hello to my mother, Miss Odessa Clay out there in Louisville, Kentucky. And hello to Dick Gregory, who's out there running to make the people conscious of starving people in the world. He's running from Los Angeles to New York, and I think it's a great man that I am.
Okay, I have never seen you so
Dick
off
Gregory.
in your timing.
This is who he's talking about, Marky Dan.
You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut.
That's what he's talking about. That's who
You
he's
have
talking
to
about.
stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up. Huh?
You know, Dick Gregory is the first guy to come up with what was it, 8 glasses of water a day? I think that's what it was, Bruce. 8 glasses of water.
I don't know, but I remember he did the hunger fast.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he was a.
Yeah, he was bigger. You know, it's funny. Dick Gregory was almost like a Dave Chappelle back then. Like, made a bunch of money, but was real political. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very political.
What's
Hey,
the next fight, Marky?
Man, I got to get this old Grandpa Simpson ass to bed pretty soon, man. I'll see you guys later. Marky Don, salute my brother. Awesome watching the fights with you. And BVO, thank you for having me up here, bro.
I appreciate you coming up, man. Take care, dog.
Peace, man.
What's going on, Marky? What's the next one? Marky, can you hear me?
Montreal, Canada, and of course the outstanding
Oh,
active heavyweight
shoot, I was on mute.
today, George
Well,
Foreman.
if you ain't hearing me,
George,
peace, Bruce.
your assessment of Ron
Yeah,
Lyle.
we got Jimmy Young taking on Ron Lyle.
In the heavyweight division right now, he's probably one of the most potent punchers there are.
All right, let's take a look.
You said you don't think Jimmy Young can get nasty. Watch this fight.
I got written proof right there.
Yeah.
As you see, exceptionally good with the left hook. That's what took me down. Did I need help then?
Well, you made the help for yourself. Look at the way you came back.
As you see, I really had good vitamins for that fight, and they paid off.
But it's Ron Lyle's punching power that we'll be looking at today. That is to say, if he can connect with Jimmy Young, who's a very clever boxer. Your assessment of Young?
Very elusive and very smart. As you can watch him in the ring today, he's very confident. He's been around. He's even boxed in the rings in Philadelphia, so he knows how to take care of himself.
And, of course, he is a good counterpuncher, though without power.
And being that most fighters out of Philadelphia throw left hooks, and he's been in the gym with some of the best, he can avoid being hit with a left hook very well.
Okay, George, right now let's pick up with ring announcer Mike Pereira.
Don King Production. In this corner, in the white trunks, from Denver, Colorado, 215 pounds, 31 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 22 knockouts, ranked number 5 in the world, Ron Lyle. In this corner, in the green trunks, from Philadelphia, 19 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, 210.
With him punch anyway, and Ron Lyle will not be able to hit him hard in the later round.
So, later on, as the fight gets underway, Jimmy Young may be the greater beneficiary.
He may be able to land more punches.
Jimmy Young in the green trunks. Ron Lyle.
Yeah, this fight's a total masterclass on how to fight on the inside.
Decently sized, so Young should be able to get the movement he needs as the boxer.
Yeah, this is a good fight. I love Ron Lyle. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Well, Jimmy Young just bullied him in this fight. And he didn't bully him using size. He bullied him using skill and technique.
Lyle going to the body with a right. If you were Young, how would you fight him? Try to get inside or try to stay away from?
I think the Young should definitely avoid being hit in the body because his hope is doing a level stretch to go in and land more punches. And this guy can land a lot of body punches. He will not be able to be as potent in the later round.
Lyle, who can put you out with either hand, who has a punishing right uppercut. That's the blow he hopes Jimmy Young will not be able to slip. Jimmy Young, the counterpuncher. Lead with the left against him. He'll counterpunch with the right.
Ant-Man, what's up, bro?
What up?
What's up, Anthony?
What fight is this? I just joined.
Jimmy Young, Ron Lyle. Watching the career of Jimmy Young, one of the truly great forgotten fighters of the past.
See, that's what I'm wondering. Would you say like because he gets overshadowed by guys like Tyson and Holyfield, do you think Ron Lyle doesn't get enough respect?
No, he was a dangerous fighter for his era. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't beat the greats. He didn't beat Ali. He didn't beat George Foreman.
No, that's what I'm saying. He gets overshadowed because he didn't beat those guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a great fighter, but he doesn't get spoken enough because of the fact that he lost a lot of big matches and stuff like that.
Well, history remembers winners. That's just what it is, Anthony.
Sports in general.
I don't think he's overshadowed. I think he's just in his place.
Who's Jimmy Young? I never heard of him.
Jimmy Young is a great fighter. Beat Muhammad Ali, but they robbed him of the heavyweight title. Beat Ron Lyle, beat Ernie Shavers, but they robbed him. Beat George Foreman, beat Ken Norton, but they robbed him. That would have given him the WBC title. Just one of the truly great fighters of all time. Extremely versatile, can fight you from long range, mid range, or can dominate you on the inside. In this fight, he's fighting. He comes in at round. No, he's a very skilled defensive fighter, but he's versatile. In this fight, he's fighting somebody that's probably weighs him about 20 pounds, and he's completely dominating them on the inside. Really terrorizing.
That's what I'm wondering. How did Ron allow Jimmy to dominate him on the inside with him being the bigger fighter?
Ron didn't allow Jimmy to do nothing. Jimmy just did what he wanted because he was more skilled.
Would you say Ron Lyle's one-dimensional?
No, Ron Lyle wasn't that one-dimensional. He was a great counterpuncher. Had a good jab too. It's just that Jimmy Young was one of those guys, Anthony. I'd put him up against any heavyweight champion in history.
How about him versus Mike?
Yeah, I'd put him up against Mike. Jimmy Young frustrated Mike a lot, man.
Evander?
Yep, I'd put him up against anybody.
Do you think Jimmy beats Evander or Mike?
I think he
That's the question.
I think he could beat Mike. Holyfield it's interesting because Holyfield was fast, but not only that, he had good footwork and could punch from angles and had endurance. The thing with Tyson is when you frustrated him and you took him past the 6th round, he really didn't have much.
How about him versus Prime Klitschko, Vladimir?
I'll put him up against anybody, absolutely.
Is there one fighter you think he doesn't really have a chance against?
Probably a Prime Ali, but that's about it.
Not a Prime George Foreman?
He beat George Foreman.
He beat George Foreman, but Vitaly Klitschko was
a Prime George Foreman?
Yeah, that was George Foreman in his prime.
Because I thought the late 70s Foreman, did he fight him early in the 70s or late in the 70s going into the 80s? Because
George became champion, I think, in 75. This was George in his prime. He was still physically in his prime. This was the fight that broke George Foreman mentally, as a matter of fact.
See, I think I would like to see Ron. Did Ron Lyle go up against? Did he lose against what's his name? Frazier, Smoking Joe.
He never fought Joe.
Oh.
I think Joe retired after the third Ali fight.
Yeah, he did. That's what Ali should have
Joe
did
never
too.
like. That's what I like. That mentality. I like the old school mentality, but that type of like in the where they fought everybody, but you have shorter careers because of that. To be in my honest opinion, I think you have shorter careers because of wanting to fight everybody. Like, do you guys agree? Your
I just think
prime
so.
years are a shorter period than what you see. Like, I think that's why I kind of I'm
I
not.
think guys need. I think that that doesn't really apply to everybody. Some guys, remained at the top for a very long time, fighting the best guys. You look at Floyd, Ali, Sugar Ray. Yeah,
When
that's
did
just
Ali
guys
retire?
retired in 1980.
No, but what I'm saying, like their prime years were a lot shorter. Like
But
I'm
Ali's
not saying
prime
I agree
cut
with how
short
these
because
fighters fight
Ali's
now, where
prime
they're
was cut
fighting
short
only
because it was
once a
taken.
year or twice a year. But I think you have a more longevity in terms of because you're not taking as much punishment and stuff like that.
I guess.
But I like that old school mentality, but the longevity is not as the longevity period is not as long. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but you got people with 50 and 60 fights, man. That's enough. Like when I say
No, it's
Canelo
just that
had 62 wins, I couldn't
you had to
believe
be
it.
smart about who you fought. You go back to the 50s, a great champion that nobody really remembers, Bobo Olsen, but he was the longest reigning champion in during the 1950s. He was a middleweight champion, and he was beating everybody, but he took a step too far. He moved up to fight Archie Moore at light heavyweight and got put to sleep 2 rounds, and he was never the same after that. He got stopped by Sugar Ray Robinson in 2 rounds after that. He was a great fighter, man. He beat, at least in my mind, he beat Sugar Ray Robinson in their first fight. We could watch
Yeah,
that some other
it
time.
was close though. It was close.
Would you say Benny Leonard gets overlooked a little bit as a champion?
Benny Leonard?
The light heavy, Benny, not Benny Leonard. He's like a 126 guy that people always bring.
Benny, the lightweight champion. No, that's just what happens from time. Your name gets forgotten. But he was a champion for his era, man. Extremely great technical fighter. When you really take a look at guys, I used to think the guys back in the 20s and the 10s, they were really just sluggers, that the sport was just wrestling with punches, but no, they were some really great technical fighters.
I'm going to say this. I think the golden era for the heavyweight division was from the late 60s to the early 90s. And the golden age for from 126 all the way to 140 that golden era was like the mid 90s to I would say the mid 2000s.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when
the Marquez brothers, Eric Morales.
Yeah, that's when the heavyweights were taking a step back.
Taking a break. It seems there's more depth in the smaller divisions compared to the heavyweight. The bigger you go, the less depth you see in the divisions. Why do you think that is, Marky?
Well, I could speak for America. Now we have so many different sports over here. We have football, which
No, in general.
What do you mean?
Not just America. In general, it seems like the higher in weight you go, the less depth you have in terms of top end fighters, consistently producing a
I
lot of
wouldn't say
top.
that. I mean, we got plenty of top fighters at heavyweight. We got Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Usyk, Big Bang Zhang. I mean, we got plenty of fighters.
No, in
You got
terms of
Jared
like
Anderson.
more I'm talking about the depth is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the top echelon guys. I'm talking about the mid range, the more guys. There's not a lot of guys like an Andy Ruiz or Luis Ortiz or someone like. There's only
but you even just named those names. Like that's depth of the division. You go to 135 after Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, and Tank.
You really don't know.
Yeah. Same. 130 is coming up.
140 is
division to it. Has some depth to it. But 147 outside of Boots and Stanionis.
And Virgil. And
Virgil moved up.
Oh, when did he move up? I didn't hear him announce that.
Well, he moved up after he passed out and got hospitalized again.
I'm still a Virgil fan, but I'm kind of a little like disappointed that he was never able to get a title shot at 147.
I don't think he was very interested in fighting Crawford.
He was gonna fight. No, he was the mandatory for Boot. I think Virgil was the mandatory for Earl, not Boots with Crawford.
No, he was the mandatory in the WBO and the WBC. But he was
Virgil
just waiting for those.
Boots?
Everybody, all those guys were just waiting for them to drop the belts.
Yeah. Now, I don't think Crawford drops the belts and moves up. I think he keeps the belts and moves up.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Ron Lyle. Wow. I feel so watching these highlights of Ron getting almost thrown around the ring by this guy is surprising because Ron was such a big guy.
But Jimmy, he was from Philadelphia. Those guys, they know how to fight. From Gym Wars. He's smart and technical on the inside, and they're not easy to hit. And they don't really require a lot of space to get their punches off on the inside.
What? I know the Kronk style is Detroit. What style was developed in Philadelphia? Like, what fighting style was like?
Oh, well, you got multiple. The Philly Shell came from Philadelphia. Archie Moore style, the crab style. You're just rocking back.
No, I thought the Kronk was Detroit.
Yeah, the Kronk is Detroit.
No, that's what I'm saying. What fighting styles originated in Philly besides the Philly Shell?
I mean, I can't tell you specifically, but a lot of fighters they fought out of the Philly Shell. It was a smart tactic. You got guys like Witherspoon, Norton.
The shoulder roll is part of the Philly Shell, right? The thing Floyd used to do where he would roll
the Philly
his shoulder.
Shell is its own. No, the Philly Shell. What Floyd used to do was something only Floyd could do. He was very special when it came to that. When it came to he layered his defense. It wasn't just a shoulder roll or a Philly Shell. I mean, this man, he would go to a high guard. He would get low to confuse you, so you didn't you didn't know the exact range you could punch at. I mean, the man layered his defense. You had to get through a lot of shit before you could even think about landing a punch on Floyd.
I think the only guy, in my honest opinion, right now that does it correctly, like where there you don't see any. Canelo does it the best, like in terms of that shoulder roll and stuff like that, and the high guard and Philly shell combination thing that you're talking about. Canelo's the only one that does it well. Crawford sometimes like abandons it. I've seen Crawford do it, but he abandons it sometimes.
No, I think that it's really a staple for this generation now. Because how successful Florida is, you see a lot of fighters. Louis doing it. Bolton is extremely successful doing it.
Shaq,
Terrence Crawford,
Shakur.
Shakur, Devin Haney. It's really a staple for this generation. Regis Prograis.
Loma.
Yeah.
Wait, is Loma the same age as Floyd, or is he a couple years younger? A few years younger.
Loma is 37 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it feels like Loma has been fighting professionally for a long time, like longer than it actually. He's only been in the fight game for 15 years. I thought he's been in the fight game for like 20 years or something like that.
I know he was an amateur for a long time.
Is that a young Mills Lane there? Is that Mills Lane there? Who's that referee?
No, that's not Mills Lane. Mills Lane is like 5'2", skinny as hell, with 120 pounds soaking wet. Mills Lane was a Marine. He was a judge. He was a prosecutor.
A referee for both professional wrestling and boxing.
Yep.
For me, I think he's the only professional referee or judge that cross over into pop culture, in my honest opinion, because of his personality. There was no other referees that were able to do that.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you gonna watch his fight with Ryan Duran today?
Which fight?
Duarte, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte.
It's tonight?
No, I think it's Friday. I mean not Friday. I think it's tomorrow. The weigh-ins were.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of college football on, so I mean, I'll see. I know Oregon and Washington, they playing tonight.
Yeah.
Mad as fuck.
Then I think all the other conference championships are basically tomorrow.
Yep.
Is the game on right? Is the game on right now? The Oregon versus Washington?
Yeah, but don't tell me the score if you see it.
Okay. I'll jump off real quick. Thanks for having me on BVO.
I want to alert our local stations at the end of this round, barring unforeseen circumstances in terms of action, we'll be cutting to you so that you can render your local message. 7th round action. And I must say this, Lyle not showing the fatigue he has shown in prior fights.
I think, as I said earlier, that left hook is getting closer and closer to the mark. Jimmy Young is using his eyes as you use your words. Very clever.
Oh, a good right by Jimmy. Jimmy with a flurry to the midriff.
The judges love that, too. Let's win points for the judges.
Remember, 3 veteran ring people will be scoring this fight. The referee, Rudy Ortega, Jack Downing, and Elmer Costa, the judges. Good left by Young. Right by Young that did not land squarely. Looked better than it was.
All Lyle could do was really land punches to the back of his head. He didn't have no space to nothing. Jimmy Young was a master at range management.
As it has been throughout the fight. I'm a little surprised Young hasn't deviated his pattern to some degree. If, as you say, George Foreman, Lyle's left hook is getting closer. And Jimmy Young is holding it. When he gets set, he holds his left hand. He runs Lyle's left hand so he don't get hit, as you can see there. Right there. He gets a good hold to it. Good point, Joe. Good left by Lyle. That one got in there. The left hook will find its mark, and if it does, the fight can end. Jimmy Young is no doubt a smart athlete. We'll return with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this message from your local station. Round action just underway. Heavyweight. Jimmy Young, the green trunks, Ron Lyle, the white. Ron not fading, at least not thus far, as we've seen him do in other fights. The left hook becoming more effective. As George Foreman, who's with me at ringside, has pointed out. In fact, Ron looking drier on his toes as this round begins. The left hook is finding the mark closer. And for the first time tonight, Ron Lyle's landed a right hand to Jimmy Young's head. That's a sign of something is happening. Suddenly, the Lyle left looks longer. Got in there to the chest. He's pursuing Jimmy now. The right hand is going to the head. He's only got 4 rounds to really sway the judges if he don't get a knockout. Good right by Lyle, and again he tries to lay the right in there, and Jimmy is holding. Lyle suddenly looking strong as we get to the 8th round.
You're not gonna land much on Jimmy Young.
You'll see that the heel of his shoe is coming off, and that's bothering. I haven't seen that ever before in a fight. Have you, George? New shoes at that. That left heel is flapping. Whether or not it'll affect Ron's balance remains to be seen, but certainly it can't be good. There, he tried with the right uppercut. There it is. Round counting down, and Lyle looking like a much stronger fight. Again, the right uppercut attempted and missed. Hard to hit Young in the head, I gotta say that. He's elusive and smart. Young got a left in. He's in boxing what Jimmy Marshall is in football. Smart. He knows it all. Leaning all over Lyle, who's against the ropes. Lyle trying to work to the midsection.
See, he could be the bull on the inside, man, just pushing you around. And look at the size difference between the two. Oh, he hurt him. But Young didn't really press his advantage.
The counter right scored by Jimmy Young near the end of the 8th round that sent Ron Lyle moving backwards into a corner, a neutral corner. During the brief period between rounds, Sam Boardman, Ron Lyle's trainer, takes up that left heel on his shoe, so that won't be bothering him this round. Bring the cards around. When you get a look at that left shoe, you'll see the tape under the heel, up over the arch of the foot. 9th round action. Jimmy Young, green trunks. Ron Lyle, white trunks. Young rated number 3. Lyle number 5 among the heavyweights. Key fight in the careers of both men. Jimmy Young dominant in the early rounds. After a nothing first round, Jimmy worked Lyle over in a boxing sense the next 4 rounds. Lyle began to come back, using the right to the left side of Jimmy Young most effectively, and beginning to score occasionally with the left hook. The right uppercut has not yet connected. He's thrown it 3 times. Young has flipped it every time. This has been the pattern of much of this fight. Lyle with his back against the ropes, Young leaning all over him. Young unafraid of the other man's superior punching power, but Young may be a little tired from the damage to the left side.
Lyle fight very well when he's hurt. Very well when he's hurt.
Lyle has a personal history of fighting back from adversity. 7.5 years, Colorado State Penitentiary. All those days in solitary confinement. Self-educated while in prison. A remarkably articulate man. Young scoring there. Young again with 2 quick left jabs. Lyle, one of the most interesting people around in boxing because of that background.
And he's a gentleman also.
Great self-education.
He's a gentleman also. And a hard puncher.
Yes.
Jimmy Young is fighting when he wants to, and when he does not want to fight, he holds and he walks around the ring.
Yep.
Trying to save.
Except he's not using any excessive energy.
Basically, whatever he wanted.
What he's got left.
Just line him up for that right hand. Was he getting close? Push him around. Pushed him out the ring. Really made a fool out of Ron Lyle tonight.
He did, man.
That's how you have Joe Louis looking.
He wasn't standing in front of no Joe Louis like that. You know that.
They beat the hell out of Joe Louis, bro. Joe keep walking forward in a straight line.
Jimmy Young, green trunks, 3rd rated. Ron Lyle, white trunks, 5th rated. Repetition of this kind of information for any late viewers who might be joining us. Lyle got in a left uppercut against Young. Did not hurt. Young now changing his tactic momentarily. I've been waiting for that, George.
He's waiting 18 feet. He's waiting until he wants to fight, which is very smart.
Here in the 10th round, it would appear that unless Lyle, it would appear, we can't speak for the judges and the referee, but we're entitled to offer opinions. Good left by Young.
Ooh.
Right by Young.
Very important right hand punch by Ron Lyle there. It hurt Jimmy Young. Now, if he can get in there and get on him, he can finish Jimmy Young. But who's to say whether he noticed that he hit him that hard?
I was about to say that it would appear, George, check me if you agree with me, that unless Lyle can knock Young out, Young is going to win another fight. This very underrated, underpublicized, but clever boxer. As you look at your picture, see those welts I've been referring to on the left side of Jimmy Young's body? Young with the left lead. Wanting to keep Lyle off him. There's Ron with that right to the left side again.
He's clear that if he's going to come on, he's got to start putting it all together this round and the next round. Very important left hook he landed there also. I'm wondering what my trainer and Charles Scheich would think about George Foreman facing a clever fighter as Jimmy Young.
We may yet see that.
Yeah, you heard George said he wanted to fight Young.
Yeah, George is funny, man.
You won't commit.
Man, he beat Ron Lyle to death. I ain't never.
I think there's no doubt in my mind that you got to be throwing.
He was just a different level of fighter, man. He was like Shakur want to talk about talent. You know, on this man level at all.
We're approaching
Shakur is overrated, man.
Absolutely. Good fighter, but you run around and you play freeze tag with niggas. Okay. All right. Good job.
Yeah, he's boring, man.
Yeah, man. I really don't give a fuck what he does next month. I don't like the nigga as a human being. I like his fighting style. Got all this time to be on Twitter. I mean, the nigga got a newborn, but I've got all this time to be on Twitter fucking with people. I'm just saying, bro. This shit amazes me. Then you do. You see that video I sent you the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all that tough guy shit is really compensating for something.
I think so too.
Hey, bro. I don't believe that shit. Nah.
I mean, all you gotta do is have some power. He changed up.
All you gotta do is have some power, and he starts fucking running.
We say you
running
a
for
cop.
the goddamn hills.
You a cop. You a cop.
That's so corny to me, bro. Like, it's no, you telling me it's no cops that come from your community, and then you talking like you some type of fucking gangster. You come from that life. What the fuck up? You are an amateur. Dropping to your knees, singing fucking. Oh God, let me stop.
So gonna take you down to another man.
That shit funny as that. Edgar didn't know what to do when that nigga dropped to his knees.
He just walked out of there, man. That was weird.
He said, "I gotta go."
We all got that one homeboy that be doing too much.
Yeah, bro. Like, nigga, we just singing a song. Why you drop to your knees?
To the head, like we just saw there. And then finally,
this shit is crazy, bro.
What my uncle say? Kind of sweet, man.
Today, maybe you can give us a little insight into the contrasting styles. Putting in terms that I understand, it would be like in the case of George Foreman,
tell you, all that tough
going
guy
against a little defensive back, Jimmy Young. And in football, they know better. They know the outcome of that going in already. They wouldn't fight at all.
Well, they will know better after Thursday night come Thursday. But I would liken George Foreman more to Gene Upshaw or Art Shell. He's that big. But you're right. Let's take a look at the contrasting styles.
Gene Upshaw, is that a football player?
Let's go back to June 15th, a year ago.
Hall of Famer. Used to be head of the Players Union, too, for a long time.
Frazier, admittedly, a tailor-made opponent.
Played for the Raiders.
The thing to look at here is
the Raiders.
Pure slugger, punching short, direct.
What you say?
Crisply than
I said he played for the Raiders.
Probably the impact of the training of
the Raiders.
Foreman used to loop his punches, but no longer.
Damn, Joe.
Went Frazier. Harold Vallon, the third man in the ring. Foreman, too, showing much more poise than he ever had before, quietly in the neutral corner, just waiting for the kill. So he's developed some ring generalship. Always he likes to cut the ring in half, go right at the opponent. And again, no foot movement in Frazier. So this was an ideal situation for George.
Golly.
Frazier down for the second time. Struggling slowly to his feet, but referee.
It's funny because he always made it seem like he was so scared of Joe Frazier.
Now, Jimmy Young, there in the dark trunks against Muhammad Ali, April 30th last, Landover, Maryland. And Young, while admitting that Ali was grossly misshapen up to 228.5 pounds, Young was a brilliant boxer. As you see him there,
Was grossly
you can see the
misshapen.
occasional lead with the left, successful combinations, above all, the ability to slip punches to the head, like you just saw there. And then finally, a sharp counterpuncher. Young, he is an unafraid fighter.
Lose. I mean, I don't underestimate the man. He has two hands, and I'm sure he's pretty strong and powerful. But with my tools and my way of thinking and what he has, I don't see no reason that I should lose this fight. It's just maybe I'm overconfident, if you want to call it that. I just don't see no way I can lose. And lately, before my last maybe dozen fights, I always get a dream about a fight, you know. Believe it or not, about 3 weeks ago or more, I already dreamt about this fight, about me and George.
I could tell when he's dreaming because he's beginning to sweat and like his nerves are, moving or something like that.
I dreamed that I was winning the fight big.
I know it was about in the middle of the night and I was sleeping. I get socked in the jaw and I sat straight up, Ow! So I told him about it. I woke up, he just hit me, So he was telling me about he was dreaming and all.
Combination after combination. Combination after combination. George Foreman might quit. I think he might quit. I don't really believe it's going to happen.
Man, Young is a fun guy.
Somewhere in the middle of the fight, I believe the referee is going to pull me off. Everybody's going to be surprised. Even you all. Everybody in this gym.
Damn, and he was right.
Everybody. I just couldn't go any further. I am the danger. I'm the one to be afraid of. Definitely. I'm the one who can hit you and, knock you unconscious. He's not. He's, but these things needn't be said.
And so tonight, far from Marshall, Texas, dangerous George Foreman is ready to fight Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young, as he comes into the ring, he's not getting much of a roar from the crowd. He remains, in terms of mass communication, a relative stranger. The skill.
But by the end of the night, they were chanting his name.
Close to the bell. The opening round. George Foreman in silent prayer. George in the red trunks. Jimmy.
It's one of my favorite fights of all time.
Black and white. Jimmy in the dark.
What's good, A1?
George in the light trunks. Bouts underway.
Yeah, man, trying to grow the show, trying to grow the channel. Love doing these Friday night fight cards for y'all.
Left jab. Its reach will surprise you. It is as long, maybe a half-inch longer than George's. Immediately, Young registers a complaint to Waldemar Schmidt about dirty tactics. One writer had a whole story about George training with dirty tactics. Makes good copy. We'll have to see what George does in the ring. First round action. Just probing. Young's task, not to get careless, not to get impatient. There's that quick left jab of George.
Damn, it's already a welt by Jimmy Young's eye.
Ask the man who's hit by it. It's like a lamppost, a pistol. He's staying away, flicking the left jab. Remember we said earlier, Hughes' task is to be in too close or out too far.
Yeah, BVO is a good brother. He's just a goofball sometimes, man. Wish him all the success.
Foreman comes right at the opponent, or slightly to the opponent's right, anticipating movement in that direction. In that way, he seeks to cut the ring in half and take advantage of a faster opponent, which Young is. 1 minute left in the first round.
That's what's up, A1.
Clearly a tactical round. Feeling out Gross. left in the round. Physically, Foreman looks huge, and yet he's never been more trim. He looks so much bigger than Young. You wonder, can Jimmy be a heavyweight?
Jimmy Young is just hard to hit, and he knew how to position his arms correctly.
The bell for round two. George Foreman, the red or the light trunks. Jimmy Young, the black or the dark trunks. The first round attack.
Bentley said, "Yo, I got Thurman to win against Bud. Am I crazy to think so?" I think that you need to be tested for every Class A drug, recorded. Whatever psychedelics you're doing, whatever you're smoking, please stop doing it.
Because you see, he fights in the main a defensive fight, very cleverly, using the counterpunch. However, against Ali, he didn't have the one-punch knockout fighter to worry about. He has that now with Foreman. This is the third time that Waldemar Schmidt has cautioned George Foreman. It's not like Olympic or amateur boxing, however, where a fighter will be penalized and lose points in the scoring of a round. Scoring on a 10-point must system. He's pushing, man. That was the counterpunch ability we talked about. Jimmy Young with the right after a Foreman lead with the left. Left to drop. Young popped it right in.
I mean, Ford was 37, 38 years old. I mean, he was an old man. He wasn't trying to fight nobody young. Okay, I don't think Thurman at no point could beat Terrence Crawford. At no point. And if you're talking about now, he gets stopped in maybe 2-3 rounds. The same way Ndongo got stopped to the body, man. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen. George was rough on the inside. He wasn't letting Young get away with holding.
The countdown for the second round in your lower right-hand corner of the head. Young with a good right against Foreman's chin. Foreman instantly enraged.
Yeah, absolutely, A1. I'll let him know. y'all got a funny relationship. Y'all be going back and forth. All right, man. I know you got his back.
Round three underway. The arena is a steam bag. Well, up in the 90s at the very least.
Hey, BVO, you still there?
Filled with sweat. In the first two
This big
rounds,
monkey ass probably fell asleep.
principal focus would have to be on George Foreman's clear attempts to manhandle Jimmy Young the way he did Joe Frazier. However, it's been the tactic of the Young camp to emphasize this before the fight. And so, the Young corner keeps telling Jimmy, airway, stick and move, and keeps telling referee Waldemar Schmidt, watch out for Foreman's tactics. Whether or not Foreman using tactics that are not entirely reputable is for you, the viewers, to judge. What he's been doing thus far is not very different from what any veteran fighter will do. Because it's not a pretty business. Third round action. Foreman always the pursuer. There was nothing there. Screams from the corner, and the crowd reacts. Wait a minute. He took away a point from George Foreman. I didn't realize they had that rule in effect here very candidly in Puerto Rico, but he told each judge to take away a point from George Foreman. Frankly, I couldn't see the basis for that. Remember in the Landover fight how Jimmy Young would lean his head through the ropes and out of the ring. Nobody penalized him for that. It's one of the reasons we told you it's so hard to score a fight involving Jimmy Young. But obviously, Young and his people have the official leaning very heavily in his favor in terms of any attempts to blunt action by Foreman. Third round action. Good left lead by Young. Another left lead by Young. Foreman looking purposeful. Thus far in this, the third round, has thus far been unable to get to Young. Again, Waldemar Schmidt cautioning Foreman. Young at every turn finds cause to complain about Foreman's tactics. And the crowd is reacting in Young's favor. We're almost at the end of round 3. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. The bell for round 4. Jimmy Young in the black or dark trunks coming out to face George Foreman in the red or light trunks. To reset, it has been totally a tactical fight thus far. The action paused. Young's plan, obviously, to get Foreman to lose emotional control of himself, to enrage him. And so at every turn, he is looking to the referee, Waldemar Schmidt, to complain about manhandling, brawling action. Right there, you saw another evidence, and quickly Schmidt responds, telling Foreman he is penalized for point in 1 round, that he must cease and desist. Debris just thrown across the ring, right into this reporter's hand. Always had the good hands. But that's the set up till now. Young fighting his kind of fight, defensive and occasional counterpunch. Foreman's job to control himself. So difficult to score a Jimmy Young fight. But in these first 3 rounds, I'd have to give Jimmy Young a slight edge, wouldn't you, Chris?
Yes, I certainly would. It just seems like Joe Louis used to say, you can run, but you can't hide. And that appears to what's happening right now. And Foreman is so strong.
He is a huge man. He makes Young seem like a light heavyweight by comparison. But his problem is well known, based upon his boxing history. Stamina. Young has said if he's not hurt in the first 5 rounds, and I've mentioned this earlier, he will win the fight. Once again, as Foreman pushes Young off, after shots, Waldemar Schmidt cautions Foreman. George, with a left to the head, tried to come into the belly, but it was picked off basically by Young's glove. He's got such quick hands for defense. If there's a style to trouble Foreman, Jimmy Young has it. Many of us used to wonder why the late Yancey Durham ever gave George Foreman a shot at Joe Frazier in Kingston, Jamaica. Couldn't understand it, because Frazier's style was so right for Foreman. Young's style is now puzzling Foreman.
So do I.
Round 5, and there is anger in George Foreman's face. He was just badgering A with his corner, B with some fans. The very thing from his point of view he must not do. We are coming to you live via the satellite from Roberto Clemente Coliseum. Scheduled 12 round of 5th round. Foreman against Young. Thus far, Young fighting his curious defensive style of fighting is clearly troubling Foreman. You know, Chris, they said Foreman had to punch shorter, and so he did against Frazier. But Frazier doesn't have the quick hands that Jimmy Young does, and therefore Foreman doesn't have to keep his gloves in punching position so constantly against a Frazier as he does against a Young, and he is not keeping his gloves steadily in punching position. Have you noticed?
Certainly noticed it, and there have been thud punches to the body that just happened there. Not really telling blows, because George very often hits with an open glove.
Fifth round action. Ali said after the 5th round there was nothing left in Foreman's punches. Young said, as I noted 2 days ago, if I'm not hurt by the 5th round, it's over for Foreman. However, words are idle things. Let's see what happens in the ring. Unless we have reason to tell you otherwise, this is to notify our stations along the line that we are coming up with a station break. 5th round action. Foreman to the left of your screen, Young to the right. Jimmy with a patch of gray in his head. But clearly it hasn't been from pre-fight worry. The two fighters have had one key common opponent, Ron Lyle. Twice, Jimmy Young boxed Lyle to a bevy. Tied him up inside and fought more offensively because of his total confidence against Lyle, and he's fighting tonight. Once Foreman fought Lyle, back in Las Vegas, Nevada, at Caesar's Palace. Foreman was decked twice by Lyle, but came back to knock Lyle out in the 5th round. Coming up the end of the round, we'll return after this from our local station. 6th round action underway. Up till now, a dull fight. For the average viewer, much too tactical. Foreman unable thus far to get on track. Young now, coming into the 6th round, looking more sprightly on his feet. Look at the foot movement. Young trying to get to him with the jab, but Foreman always the pursuer. Foreman there, attempting to go to the midsection. Might be a tendency here, Chris, for Young, having survived 5 rounds, to become a little more aggressive. In Young's corner, they were very confident between rounds that Jimmy is ahead. And they have Jimmy fighting the kind of fight that they want him to fight.
And now off to the right, they can hear his corner asking him to jab, jab, jab.
See that left thrown by Foreman? It was a kind of cuffing thing, and that too, with a half-open glove.
Right.
Not reflecting the power of Foreman, really. Gil Clancy over in the opposite corner, looking up, and he is noticeably concerned. 6th round action.
I don't think he can look for the one punch like Alfredo Escalera did against Ronnie McCarvey, ending it in the 6th round. The one punch, he's got to get some combinations here.
Well, I'm not sure I agree with that, Chris. Not with the way Foreman can punch, but he's got to land.
Good boy's a pretty good defensive fighter.
there, the skills of Jimmy Young. Foreman was let free by the referee. He lunged in at Young, and Young is a master at slipping punches and picking punches with his gloves. Came back with his own counter.
Ooh, that's flagrant right there. Yet we should remind viewers, Howard, that the last thing a referee says, protect yourself at all times. So,
Jimmy Young in this round has been just a touch more aggressive. Right there with the right. Counting down to the end of round 6. A curious fight.
This next round coming up, it's one of my favorite rounds of all time. This is the moment that Jimmy Young really ascended in my eyes. That where I call him an all-time great because he showed just the heart of a champion in this round and the skill level of a great. Foreman had him hurt. And Young had a choice. He could either shut it in and fold, or he could stand tall and weather the storm. And he made his choice.
Professional poise and can finish it. 7th round action. Jimmy Young in trouble. Jimmy Young in desperate trouble against the rope. But Foreman trying to measure him. Can't connect cleanly. Young drawing upon every boxing resource.
a lot of punches being thrown.
How overconfident Young's corner was between rounds. They told us no contest. But suddenly Foreman struck.
These are the moments you prove when you're a dog, when you just survive and not even when you're fighting.
Later round of a fight.
But he should be smarter now. He should wait. He should wait and set him up.
And Young was a very instinctual fighter. He knew how to hold. Knew how to avoid punches.
But he's not doing it. He had been frustrated for 6 rounds. And suddenly he realized he had the opponent. Falling him now. A left and a right. Young holding on. Still Foreman can't put him away. Hasn't even sent him to the can. 21 foot.
Nah, Young recovered.
Young going.
Weathered the storm. Now he's coming back.
Foreman staying off. Young now getting together, collecting himself, trying to fight back. A big round. This the 7th round. Heavyweight action. Foreman's arm as we go toward the end of the round.
I noticed this guy here.
Getting light. Look at Young fight back. You see that right? Get into Foreman. Go toward the end of
Notice this guy up here. He must have bet on Young.
Getting light. Look at Young fight back. You see that right? Get into Foreman. Foreman arms grow leaden. Young, a courageous fighter, filled with boxing skills. The crowd on its feet. Young was apparently gone, but far from it now. If you wanted to know about Jimmy Young's heart, you found out about it this round.
And what condition he's in.
Yeah, that man bet his house on Jimmy Young.
Jimmy Young. George couldn't put him away. This crowd now chanting. 8th round bell. Action coming up. Foreman now knows how he can hurt Young. That much you must say. And Young now knows how Foreman can hurt him. But Young knows he can survive. And Young tries to assume the aggressor's role. Look at that right. Now he's going at George Foreman. Change of tactics, at least in the early seconds of round 8. This is the kind of fight we were expecting, hoping for. Crowd chanting, Jimmy Young, Jimmy Young, Jimmy Young. Clearly the favorite of the crowd. That's one of the things that so emotionally disturbed Foreman his whole career. What, he kept saying to himself, do I have to do to be a crowd pleaser? Why won't they give me their cheers?
Marky Dang.
It's good.
He is really trying to embarrass your team.
Yep. Jimmy Young was just a different level, man.
Not one bit. Use it all.
Yeah, he was nasty, man.
It's a damn shame what they did to his career. The establishment didn't want him.
Wanting so desperately to put Young away.
He was slapping Foreman silly.
As Young continues, unafraid, unmarked for that matter.
And the Puerto Ricans, they would chant, Jimmy Young, Jimmy Young. They didn't know who the fuck he was before the fight, but that's just how much everybody hated Foreman. It didn't matter where he went. People didn't like that nigga.
Mm-hmm. Even when he read the American flag, just when people know where he is from, they wanted to give him that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Even in other countries, people don't fuck with him. They look at him as a coon.
Yeah, hood dude that box, that's all.
Looking for the one opening, such as he had in the seventh. 10 seconds left. You see it in your lower right-hand corner. Counting down. We're going to stay with these fighters. Wild swing by George. But he couldn't do it. How do you have it scored, Chris?
I have Young ahead because in my book he took the last 2 rounds.
9th round action.
Love it, Jimmy, love it, Jimmy.
I still to my man A1. If I could be a fighter, I would want to be a fighter like George Foreman, and I'll probably fight like Oscar.
I could be a fighter. I would want to fight like Ezra Charles. Very defensive, but also be a great counterpuncher. Where I could knock people the fuck out in one punch.
That's a very, that's a tough palate right there, counterpunching.
Yep. Or like Benny Leonard, man. Somebody that's just slick and fun to watch, but could put people out.
I was watching a fight with Jersey Joe, man. He was a monster. I see my man Bentley in here, captain, talking about Floyd dunk Keith Thurman. Man, get out of here.
I mean, even if he did, who cares? Floyd was 38 years old. He could do what he wanted.
You talking about a dude who had 2 bad shoulders, 2 bad hands. Give me a break. He wasn't Superman.
Look at that move by Jimmy Young. Sorry, BVO.
That was nice. That shit. That was nice. Oh, yeah, that was nice.
He caught Foreman slipping. Literally was just a dude off the streets, didn't start boxing until he was in his 20s.
You talking about Foreman?
No, I'm talking about Jimmy Young. Well, yeah, Foreman too, but Jimmy Young as well, bro. These aren't like skills that he picked up. These aren't fundamentals he learned as a child, man. This is just shit he learned. I don't know, just being in camp with Ken Norton.
Yeah. I always get a kick out of George Foreman because people don't realize he really was an overachiever, man.
Yeah. He's really not that skilled and not that talented. He has incredible endurance. He's just strong as hell. He's heavy-handed.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's all you need when you're a heavyweight puncher.
The Philadelphia Smarts. Not the Philadelphia Punch, but the Cleverness.
Look at his win against Michael Moore. That was all about endurance. He was getting the hell beat out of him. But he just saw that one shot to put that right hand on him, and he did it.
You know what be
And he
so
made
funny?
history.
Ain't nothing like watching old George Foreman get beat. He like a gummy bear, man. He used to be getting beat up. He's like a big bald gummy bear. He just stand
Yeah,
there and
man.
get beat up.
Holyfield whooped his ass. Oh, that Holyfield fight. That's one of my favorite fights to watch because Holyfield was he's one of them type of fighters where he enjoys taking punishments. He'll let you hit him and he'll soak up all that damage. And then he'll come back with a 20-30 punch combination to let you know none of that shit affected him. That's how he just beat the hell out of George, bro.
My favorite fight was Evander when he fought James Tony. James Tony kicked his head in.
I ain't never seen that. That shit. Holyfield is my favorite fighter. I just can't stand to see.
You gotta watch that fight, man. It's sad to say, but that was probably the best. That was the best shape he was in the heavier weights, man. He actually was in decent shape.
I seen the highlights, but I ain't watched the full fight. That shit, I just know it's like weird to like.
He was so old.
Because Holyfield, he always just soaked up punishment and he went down. But when James hit him, I mean, he just looked like a puppet that had its strings face, and his expression remained the same. His legs just went out. This shit was crazy to watch for me, man.
I'll never forget when my man Evander Holyfield fell out of a Benny Hinn thing and then went back to the ring.
What'd you say?
Hinn. It's a dude named Benny Hinn. He's like a televangelist. My boy Evander when he got prayed for because they had some goals going on. I can't remember. And Evander fell out. Then he came back and started fighting like 6 months later. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. Because he was having some heart problems, and he had hepatitis. He had hepatitis in the middle of the third Riddick Bowe fight, and still went on to fight. He knew he had hepatitis and hid it from the doctors, and still went on to fight. And
even when he got knocked out,
he could have died, man. He could have really got hurt because and that just shows you his heart because he was getting tired. He was running out of gas after throwing 2 punches, and he was still in there slugging. So to hear niggas like Shakur make excuses, man, I just don't want to hear it.
No.
I don't want to fucking hear it. This man fought. He had a heart attack in the middle of the Michael Moore fight and had a torn rotator cuff. He didn't make no fucking excuses, bro. None. I look at Shakur, man. That shit just disgusts me. Don't ever compare yourself to a caliber of fighter like that.
Oh, one thing about you, Marky, then you get pissed when people compare themselves to the old guys. I know that about you.
No, but I mean, like, I don't got a problem with T.O. or Haney doing that because they're actually, you know what I'm saying? They're actually doing it and they believe that. Shakur is just full of shit. And he got his little fanboys believing it. I don't like it.
Bro, you've been on his bumper for a minute, man. You just don't like Shakur, bro. That's all it is.
Nah, I don't like that nigga.
When that dude said you a cop, that really rubs you the wrong way, bro. When he fought that, and then he fought horrible
what's wrong with being a cop? That's a proud profession if you do it the honest way.
You be talking like you're some type of gangster or something. I don't know.
Nah, like talking about, he's talking shit to Bill Haney. I came from a tough litter of 9 rats from one mother. Shut the fuck up, my nigga. You didn't have to make no tough decisions at 13, 14. Your grandfather took care of you. You've been in boxing your whole fucking life. the Team USA paid your goddamn. Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah,
That shit just annoys me to hear it, bro, because he's so fake.
Yeah, he's fake, man. He don't realize that we've been knowing him his whole life. When we used to thugging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think that shit is cool? I mean, you would think after what? I mean, he was literally standing right next to Takeoff when Takeoff got a bullet right in his head.
Hey, don't say
Over
that, bro.
some fucking dice game argument. You would think it would change his outlook.
No, you think it would. He did. It didn't. Remember, he had got questioned by the cops for that. I mean, I'm not no
They
cop
say he
right
was
now.
standing right next to him.
I ain't no cop right now, but I tell you this, man, it's weird that how in the world is Takeoff the only one that got hit? Ooh.
Young was slapping him silly.
And see, you know what's so funny about George? He was not that challenged. Bro, the more I watch George, it's like, dang, this was big. That was it. So that's what Deontay Wilder
What you said,
is.
BVO?
I said when I look at George Foreman, I just say that's what Deontay Wilder is, like of our generation, just big. You're not super talented, but you're just big.
Yeah, but he had incredible endurance, heart, and he had a high ring IQ.
Yeah, he fought a lot like his
just
mentor.
Like Tank in a way. He knew how to set guys up for the right hand. But he had less tools than Tank.
I used to hate that little pawn stuff he do, man. I hate watching him do that pawn stuff, bro. Like, I don't know why cats didn't hit him with the overhand right. Like, he always doing that pawn. I think if you hit him, you gotta take something back. So, that's probably why they ain't want to do that.
That's how he gets in position for his right hand. Uses the pawn to manipulate your guard, hit the right hand straight through.
See, a guy like him, you gotta go to his body, man. Break his ribs. Tyson Fury, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tyson Fury really let me down with that when he lost to the MMA guy, man. As a boxer fan, I was horrified.
Yeah.
I was horrified.
I was happy. I was really happy because I fucking hate Tyson Fury. I really don't like him. I'm glad he was embarrassed. It's so funny because before I watched that fight, I watched a documentary on a Cameroonian social activist. I can't remember his name, but before their independence, the king of Belgium, who, by the way, his father Leopold was the most evil motherfucker in history, killed over 10 million Africans, amputated their arms. Oh, he had Foreman hurt.
Oh, try to run from him. He's killing him with that right hand, dude.
Jimmy Young. Oh. This was his greatest performance.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny? I always laugh because everybody talk about Ali's, at 31 beating George Foreman. I don't care what nobody say. He beat George Foreman easy. That wasn't no good fight. He beat George easy.
Nah, he didn't beat George easy. That was a very tough fight. Ali was just showboating. He was just demoralizing George. But Ali is flesh and bones, just like me and you. George Foreman hitting your fucking ribs for 8 rounds and pushing you and bullying you, bro. That's not easy to overcome.
Well,
man, Ali was just
maybe I'm wrong. He made it look easy. I'll tell you that.
Nah, that shit.
you
let that nigga beat on your ribs for 8 rounds.
One fight. I wish we could watch more of them. What's the name fights? The PBC fights, but my man Al Heyman's such a sucker, man.
Which PBC fights?
It's any of them. You can't watch none of them. They'll flag the channel for them.
Yep.
Like Don King Like, only reason we could watch this one is because this one of the rare ones Don King ain't tripping about.
Yep.
He ain't care about no Jimmy Young.
Oh, I was talking about I was watching documentary on Cameroonian social activists that got them their independence from Belgium, whose king was, amputating people's arms because he said, "Oh, y'all are thieves and whatever, enslaving people, whatever." And they gave them their independence. Belgium was being a dick and basically saying, "Oh, well, you should be glad and grateful that we helped your country become developed." And he went up there and basically told them to kiss his ass, and they killed him. So I said Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. That was Cameroonians' revenge against white Europe.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, man. It's funny you say that, man, because when you think about how much damage Europe has done to Africa, man. I actually heard a guy today.
To the whole world.
I actually heard a guy today, man, say that.
Literally, if you go my bad, BVO. If you go anywhere, you'll find a white man fucking with other people. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'll keep it brief. I just said it just got me. This guy was basically saying slavery was good because those guys became slaves and they found Christianity and went to heaven. I thought to myself, like, what a piece of crap, man. Who says stuff like that? It was a good thing they found slavery because they got to go to heaven after they was beat, raped, and pillaged. It's just crazy, man.
Was that a joke?
No, he was dead serious. I gotta send you the clip. That's the thing about racism, man. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any
but
sense.
that person, that's just a
it's just
very
vile.
deep ass cope.
Yeah, it's just vile, man. The fact that he thought he could say that. The fact that he thought he could say that.
The idea that a religion stands above a person's dignity. That's where you get me fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't agree that nah, man, what the fuck? That's
hey, and you know what's, and the funny thing is, I can't think of the name of the place in Brazil, but there was some of all the black people and stuff that's there. And one thing that's so funny, man, they don't give us enough credit for being so resilient. Like even y'all island folks, man, the stuff they was doing to y'all, man, in a lot of ways was like just as bad. I mean, they was boiling niggas in the islands, bro.
Just as bad. I mean,
we had to boil people in sugar.
There was a ritual they would have when they would bring you to the island. They would take the biggest, darkest one, and they would basically humiliate him. They tie him to a pole. They would rape him. They would cut off his limbs. They would beat him for hours. They would starve him and leave him out there. That was a very what would they call it in the States? They called it buck
breaking.
Down here, they call it melon smashing, because they used to do the most vile shit when they take them off the boat.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. We on YouTube, but buck breaking is just a way for them to do, sick acts to people, man. We ain't gonna talk about it because I don't want YouTube to flag us, man. But it's just wild, man. How kind of stuff they did, man. Hey, but I gotta tell you this, bro. You getting better and better on camera, man. You doing your thing, bro. No, I'm saying you're doing a really good job, man. I'm glad you're part of the channel, man. You really doing a good job. You're getting better and better. Your commentary is getting better. I mean, you can't compete with me on nothing as far as takes, but because you biased. I'm unbiased. I only give you the real. You real biased.
Man, I cook you every single time. You need to stop that shit, bro.
I never got cooked, man. I cook everybody on here, man.
Man, you get cooked when it comes to TO. You get cooked on every subject, BVO. Like, I can't lie, bro. I swear to God, you must have been a little slow growing up, because it's just TO and nothing else when it comes to you, man. It's not really much depth to your arguments.
Man, I go all the way back to John L. Sullivan, man. I keep trying to tell you this, man.
Yeah,
I keep trying to tell you.
Hey,
this,
but
man.
The next share screen is up. I had to switch the channel to Daily Motion.
Hey, but it's your boy BVO. It's your boy Marky Dan, aka
Ah,
what? Oh, my bad. I know you got that. I know
yeah,
you got
no, the
that.
card ain't done. I know it's late as shit, but we gotta finish this off.
Still talk about it in San Diego. The first of the trio of Norton-Ali bouts. And Norton coming at Ali throughout the fight, cutting the ring in half on Ali. And then in the 12th round, as you watch
That man, we staying late night for you.
to the fight. A delay in coming out. The fighters did not hear the bell. Quickly, they are in ring center. Now, see that back foot of Kenny Norton's? That delimits his movement, his ability to move around, to the left, to the right, and yet it's effective against Ali. Mae Young, looking cautious. The leads are expected to come from Kenny Norton. Just the start of things. First round action. In the first fight tonight, Sugar Ray Leonard looked impressive, stopping the Mexican Agustin Estrada. The second fight, Jerry Quarry stops Lorenzo Zanone, coming from nowhere to do it. In a simply terrible fight. Zanone scored almost at will with his left all the way. Jerry, quite frankly, in his comeback effort, looked like a sack of flour. But suddenly, Zanone fell from what appeared to be glancing blows.
But yeah, man, what you think about Regis Progress versus Devin Haney on that video?
I think Regis is perfectly tailor made for Devin Haney.
You think he gets stopped?
Oh no, he wins by UD.
Yeah, I got about the same, but
Regis
I
ain't
want to
that
see
good,
Haney
man.
get tested.
Regis ain't that good, man. He ain't really beat nobody. He really, I can't name nobody that he beat of note.
Yeah, but still, he's skilled. I mean, he got a good jab. He's got decent footwork.
Versus who?
Well, no. I can't even say the footwork because he couldn't corner that dude, Zarella. Yeah, you're right. Haney is bigger than him. Haney really has all the attributes to win this fight, but
this is a setup.
Regis is a more opponent.
This is just, I mean, Regis is known for giving Josh Taylor a tough fight. So is Catterall. I mean, so what?
But Josh Taylor was at his peak at that time.
But that's what he's known for. Giving. I mean, what's the dude that gave Ali a tough fight, man? It's a bunch.
But Jack Carroll is a really good fighter, BVO.
He looked like dog crap his last fight.
Man, Jack Carroll looked fucking amazing, bro.
Oh, he did
beat
not.
The hell out of that.
Dude, he couldn't get a cab job out of it. Get out of here, man.
What do you mean he dropped him? I mean, it's really the referee's fault that fight didn't get stopped, bro. You can only whoop somebody's ass so much, bro. What do you want him to do? Kill the man?
You be capping for people, Marky. That's what you do. When you like somebody, you be capping hard for them.
It's coming from you, nigga.
Man, you be capping for cat. If you like somebody, that boy Marky Dan's gonna get his cap hat on.
Shoot.
Dang.
I cap for the real niggas.
I don't cap for nobody.
You cap for Tio.
Dude, why is you capping, dude? When do I ever cap for Tio? I never even talk about Tio.
Hey, you funny ass dude, man.
I keep hearing people say that, man. I don't even talk about Tio like that.
When you bring up Tio every chance you get.
I mean, he a dog.
Every day. We could be having a conversation. It be about the most random shit. I don't know where you say, let me ask you a question, Marky Dan. You think Tio would and da.
Man, you must have had too much of that island rum, man. You sound crazy.
That's exactly how you sound. give you credit for this. When it comes to your pound for pound list, I don't think you have T.O. I think you have T.O. in a respectable position. So I can give you credit for that.
Oh,
Outside of
man.
that, that's your guy, man.
I don't have a guy, brother. I ain't gonna lie though, but I do like to watch T.O. fight. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch him more than I like to watch Tank, to be honest.
Yeah, he's exciting to watch.
Hey, just even what he was doing with what's that kid's name? I mean, even when you think about the Sandor Martin fight, I mean, that was just a tricky fight, man. I don't care what nobody
Yeah.
says. Sandor Martin give anybody a tough fight.
Yeah, no, Sandor Martin is just one of those types of fighters where he's, just like Zarella, he's just one of those
It's
fighters
tricky.
where you're not going to look good against. He's a lot like Jimmy Young in that sense. Nobody
Awkward.
looks good against him.
Yeah, super awkward. Just weird almost.
Yeah. See, you're not going to hit a guy like Sandor Martin and Jimmy Young, you're not going to hit in their head. And that's the problem with Teal. He was lunging forward and getting caught on the pivot.
And one thing Teal got to work on is going from offense to defense.
Yeah, transitioning.
Yeah, he gotta get better at that, man. He been fighting way too long for that still to be an issue, you know.
Then you got my guy Inui fighting next month. I hope he moves straight up. I don't really see nothing at 122 I'm interested in watching. But it's
He gonna hurt that dude, man. Maple, whatever his name is, Nipple. He gonna hurt him. Whoever he fighting in for the other two belts, he gonna hurt that dude.
Yeah, I don't see that fight really going past 5.
I want to see him with BC, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of talent up at 126. Did you see the fighter Nick Ball? He just fought Isaac Dogboe.
Man, Nick Ball's a monster, dude.
I really like him.
They straight up sacrificed Dogboe to Nick Ball. Nick Ball looked like a world beater versus Dogboe.
Yeah, he's fast and he's rugged.
Yeah,
and he's an accurate puncher, dude.
He's standing right in front of people too.
Yep. But he has good footwork. He can move if he needs to. I want to see that fight against Inui.
I really want to see Ball versus
and people
Figueroa.
like to say, "Oh, Inui ain't gonna go over there." Inui's fought in He's fought in Scotland, or he's fought in the U.S. He's fought. I think he's fought in France, but I think he fought in Paris, France before. This thing has been all over. I'd love to see that fight happen over there.
Honestly, tell you the truth, I've only seen him fight in Japan. I didn't know. He just said that. I didn't know he fought anywhere else.
Yeah, he fought Edwin Rodriguez in Scotland. And he fought another French fighter over there.
I knew he's special. He's special, man.
Yep.
All it is, he don't got waves in the beard, so a lot of cats don't like him. That's all.
Exactly. Because the skills, it was always plain to me how skilled this guy was.
Oh yeah, well that's no question.
This dude, like I heard you say, he's a Japanese Sugar Ray Leonard. I agree 1,000%. Just from an athletic standpoint, he is a different caliber. God, he's special.
Man, he was. You know what's funny? He was trying to finish Pool Boy. He wasn't trying to outbox Pool Boy. He trying to finish him.
Yep.
I see a lot of pretty boy.
He doesn't bullshit around when he steps in that ring.
I see a lot of pretty boy Floyd in him. I really do.
Yeah.
What he said, shut up and fight. Shut up and fight.
And he's always been trying to improve. He always adding stuff to his game.
Yo, when I see them in there with Cool Boy, that was an eye opener because people forget Cool Boy is really skilled. And Cool Boy has just been beating people to death for a minute.
Yeah, just look at Jimmy Young though, man. This dude is just amazing to watch.
Yeah. You want to go to bed?
Yeah, man. And they said Norton had a glass jaw.
The third was picked off by Kenny's glove. Jimmy is keeping that right cock. Finding a target. It's become an effective weapon. We're in the fourth round.
Wow.
Schedule 15 rounds. Unless Norton can connect. Or unless, as Jimmy Young put it in the pre-fight interview, he can bust Norton up. It's not the truth figure to knock Kenny out. Although he did floor George.
What do you think about these guys saying Canelo might retire without fighting Benavidez?
I don't know. I think Canelo got a lot of miles on him, bro. But I think he's gonna fight David Benavidez because he's really touching his ego. I can see it. It bothers him now that they bring him up.
Yeah, if you don't fight him, he's a hoe. I'm gonna just say that straight up.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
It's nothing stopping that fight. It's just not stopping that fight.
Nah, and that would be the biggest fight in boxing, hands down. That would be Mexican Civil War, like I said, bro.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
you're gonna
I
have
definitely
Mexicans
agree.
all over. Matter of fact, in the coming weeks, another fight card we're gonna do Bobby Chacon versus Bazooka Lamone.
Oh,
We're gonna put that fight up.
That's an action-packed fight right there.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that trilogy. That's a Mexican American versus a Mexican, and it was just, you have a lot of great classics like that. That fight is gonna explode. It's gonna draw a lot of numbers.
Yes, wild, man. I'll never forget George Foreman. He was beating a block off of Ken Norton. But Ali couldn't beat him. That's crazy.
Yeah, style matchups.
I mean, he couldn't beat Joe Frazier either.
Norton got knocked out in one round by Ernie Shavers. He just couldn't deal with punchers. Got brutally knocked out by Jerry Cooney, too.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, Jimmy, bro, that nigga different.
Whoa. Oh, dude, breaking that. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie though, man. It's such a blessing, man, to hit 2,000 subscribers in 1 year. That's crazy. Million views.
Yo, you earned that shit.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. Sometimes YouTube be a lot of work, man.
Shit, I bet.
Give our stations a station break. We'll watch developments in the round.
Oh man.
Yeah, when Norton was frustrated, bro. It's no way he won this fucking fight. He was just swinging at air the whole fight. He got some good shots to the body, but that's about it.
Yeah. Tough fight, man.
But This fight get even Jimmy Young getting robbed. That gave us Ken Norton versus Larry Holmes. Bro. I ain't mad.
I've never been a big Larry Holmes fan, man. I think he's boring.
No, Larry Holmes is exciting, bro. We're gonna do a fight card for him too. That's crazy. You just said that, man. Larry Holmes is a great fighter.
I just say he wasn't a great fighter. I just say he's boring to me. He's just too technical for me. He just like a freaking textbook.
Nah, man, he will be throwing he'll be throwing combinations and slugging. Like what's the name of that fighter? Mike something. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he's got a lot of great fights. Classics.
Nevada. Oh, how Kenny Norton came alive in that fifth round.
Whoa.
Plan beginning to work. Scoring to the belly and then coming up with a left to Young's right jaw. That really hurt Jimmy Young, though he didn't go down. You could see he was hurt. So now, sixth round action. You can almost see Kenny Norton growing.
Yeah, Kenny want to get up out of there.
And Young, who didn't expect to be beat up on, is getting beat up on with that blow to the midsection. The right side of his belly, and he's beginning to feel it. How those blows accumulate. Punishment. There's a right by Jimmy Young. Didn't land squarely, or rather by Kenny Norton. Didn't land squarely, but hit Young on the left jaw, down near the neck. Jimmy sticking to his scheme, trying to keep away from Norton. Flash the counter-punching combination. Kenny Norton seems to be making his plan work. At least at this point.
Man, Kenny Norton is just huge, bro. Pause.
Oh my God.
Weak.
That boy said he was huge.
He was muscular, bro.
Yo, that boy Marky Tan. That brother was huge. Huge.
Nah, bro.
Oh, that brother Marky Tan said he was huge.
Wake up, nigga. We gotta get this money.
My brother said he was huge.
What the fuck you say?
You a weird dude, bro.
My brother said.
You a fucking
His brother said he was huge.
What the fuck you say?
My brother said he was huge. I'll never forget that.
It's something wrong. It's something really fucking wrong with you, man.
No, that's you, man.
Boy.
My brother said he was huge. Man. Don't tell me your business,
like
man.
What the fuck you say?
Like a damn teenager.
I don't hate the kid.
You don't?
I don't hate the kid, but I just like to put him in the hospital, though. I like to send that to the ambulance.
I love Terrence Crawford, man.
BVO, you'll never put your hands on me, boy. I'll kick your fucking...
Is a no good, lousy son of a bitch. Hey. That's exactly what he is a no good.
Kick you out your knees.
Cállate la boca. Shut your mouth. Cállate la boca. Cállate la boca.
That's the day when you gonna understand.
Hey. All I'm saying is this, man.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this. Don't get mad.
I'm telling you the truth too, bro. Ever put your goddamn hands on me, BVO.
Primo Lopez, the takeover, two-time undisputed world champion. Primo Lopez, the takeover.
That nigga working as a fucking garbage man. Ain't no fucking world champion.
That boy Marky Den is a troll, man.
Late night when nobody on the panel yet.
You a troll, man.
But it's facts, bro. This nigga working as a garbage man. What you want me to do about that?
All right, man. Dude, I don't know why you be messing around, bro. You know he ain't working as no garbage man.
What you mean? The man said out his own mouth. Dude, being a garbage man pays more than boxing.
That's a lot, man.
I got the receipts, nigga.
Just listen to me, man. I'm from Ohio, man.
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga. Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas. What I'd say is this, murder. It's us.
Nigga from New York?
Yeah, he is, but he been spent a lot of time in Ohio. That's
False claiming ass, nigga. Oh, well, anyway. What was I saying before?
You was capping about somebody.
Oh, yeah. BVO, you ever put your goddamn hands on me? That's the day you'll find out.
Hey, like my uncle said, all I need is 1 second with you, dude. Boom.
If we're in a closed room, you might got a chance. Nigga. Okay, fine. But we out in the open. Oh, you got to take me down, nigga. As soon as I see you get tired, it's over with for your ass, bro. I'm kicking your knees out. I'm throwing rocks at you.
No,
I'm gonna be dirty as shit with your ass, bro. You ever put your goddamn hands on me?
You know, I'm gonna make sure if I did that, you going to bed right away. And I'm gonna pull your pockets and I'm out of there. I might even pull your shoes off and throw them in the lake.
Take a step back.
Yeah, you know if you go straight back, you gonna go straight back, go right to sleep.
I'm gonna take a little step back. I'm gonna just kick your fucking knee out. And nigga gonna be you gonna be fucking mad. Your bitch ass, excuse me. No, but your ass, I know your knees fucked up from your NFL career, nigga. You're gonna be mad as shit. I'm gonna just take that little step back, kick that bitch out again.
You know what I'm gonna say?
You have to stop, y'all. Keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Primo Lopez, the takeover, two-time undisputed world champion. Primo Lopez, the...
Man, that nigga ain't doing shit here.
Nigga, 2-time.
What you think about your fighter turning down Ryan Garcia?
Man, they only offered him 1.5. I would have turned it down too. Honestly,
I thought he was getting.
I ain't gonna lie though, man. Ryan Garcia, when he missed weight today, I'm kind of off the Ryan Garcia train for good now.
He missed weight for 140.
Yeah, they moved it up to 130, 143 tomorrow. Yeah, he missed weight.
He's not serious about the sport of boxing. That's just completely unprofessional.
Hey, man. I mean, you 7 pounds. You 7 pounds over the limit, dude. That's crazy. He had weighed in bigger. They didn't say what his first weight was, but the second one was 143. And he got naked to get down to 143. So.
See, Norton had his own style to the shell.
Yeah.
He had more of a crab shell. Then he could switch to the Philly shell.
Well, Kenny didn't disguise his
Man, that brother going crazy, man.
Two different Philly styles.
Again with the right. No headhunting by Kenny Norton, only occasionally. Young Boying with the left. They're counting down to the end of round 8. Punched over. Kenny Norton not providing an open target for Jimmy Young. Finding him effective. Coming to the end of round 8. Round 9. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada. An increasingly confident Kenny Norton, feeling he can't be hurt by Jimmy Young, executing his battle plan exactly as he perceived it. Ripping Young with rights, principally to the midsection. A left there, another left there, and then up with the left. And another long left to the midsection. It's hard to measure how Young feels under the impact of the punishment he has taken to the stomach in this fight. The
Yeah, it's crazy.
impact has to be, it seems to us, great. In the meantime, Norton with that
Back then, guys were in shape.
Man, I would have been out of there, man. The 6th round.
It's a damn shame, man. After this fight, he stopped training and started doing drugs. It's because he lost his dream, man. He gave up hope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's how they killed one of the greatest fighters in history.
Who?
No, Jimmy Young. I'm saying he was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Young registers dismay with Carlos Padilla, the official, who want him not to hold on to Norton. Let the arm around the head. Norton missing with a left. Young trying to be more aggressive in this round. Both fighters taking a breather in effect with their clinch. They're both beginning to feel a bit tired now. Good right lead by Norton. And the left got up to Young's nose. And Kenny goes back to working on the belt. Norton missing with the right, scoring, but only mildly with the left. Rather Young. Young with a good right. Counting down to the end of round 9. Good left in there, and another by Norton. Now he's getting that left through the head. He goes right back to the midsection with that right. Kenny fighting a very intelligent fight and making it work.
Yeah.
Round 10 underway. It's 11:30 in the evening. Over most of those eastern stations, your local news will probably be.
I mean, the rounds were competitive. I can't lie, but still, I just think Young had the edge, bro. You know, Kenny Norton himself was a great boxer.
Kenny Norton, after 3 disappointing for him rounds in the very beginning, making his battle plan work to a nicety. Leveling Jimmy Young with an attack to the midsection and gradually beginning to get to Jimmy Young's head. But really mauling Young with body punishment. At least that's the way we subjectively see this fight. Young right there with a good right lead and then a left.
Ooh.
Again, Norton keeping that left low. And Young got in 3 rights, a couple of lefts, and Norton was hurt. There's another right. Jimmy Young the aggressor now. And Norton feeling the impact. is where his astuteness as a boxer comes into play. Not to leave himself open, not to get reckless, but to pick the opponent apart if he can. Norton fighting back. Going right back to that midsection with his own.
That's the one thing I don't like about Young. He wasn't a finisher.
Becomes the man scoring in this round. It is the 10th round. Again, Young with the right lead over Norton's left. Jimmy missing with the right. Padilla, third man in the ring, breaks the fighters. Young with a couple of left jabs that don't get through. Norton picks them off with his right. He's got his right up in front of his face, or at least his face tucked over that right. You see him cover. Crowd reacted to that, but they were mistaken. 10th round action. Right there, Kenny with another right to the midsection. But in this round, with 45 seconds left, Young suddenly comes to life, completely dominant, hurting Norton with the right. Norton pawing with the left. Young's eyes look a little red, a little glazed. But he certainly has fought a purposeful round here. Trying to keep Kenny off. Padilla keeps looking at Young's eyes very closely. We're going to follow Young back to his corner as the ring. All right. Now watch Young. There's the right that got to Kenny, then a left. Kenny felt that right. He was stunned by it, and another right. And you saw the legs buckle just a touch. And so Young assumed command of that round. But Young coming back in the 10th round. There's Kenny quickly becoming aggressive. Kenny having a little fun. Almost as if we're a piece of choreography. Look at the smile on Kenny's face. Oh, yes, he's the confident fighter now. This is the 11th round. Young just shook his head as if to say, I don't understand it. I can't do with you what I want to do with you. Let's see if Kenny starts going back to the stomach. There's a segment of the crowd here that keeps chanting, Jimmy Young, Jimmy Young. Now an answering segment. Norton. Crowd is getting excited over this bout. 11th round action. Norton going to the midsection. Jimmy Young, more aggressive himself. That left got in there as you saw. Those Norton blows picked off.
He just real good boxers, man. Norton was smart. He knew when to fight. He fought in spurts.
Remember 10-point must system. Scoring done by 3 judges.
Young's jab is consistent throughout every round.
Kenny with a quick left. Young's left jab getting in. Not once, but twice. Kenny going back downstairs. But it did not score well. Was not well placed. Counting down to the end of the 11th round. End of the round coming up.
4 more rounds.
And yet Young had a good round in the 10th and may have scored the winner of the 11th round. Subjective scoring is what governs the fight, and this could be a very close one since Young dominated in the first 3 rounds. Still, Young went back slowly to his corner after the last round. Norton, there, right to the belly again. Young getting annoyed. Hit Norton on the break. No word from referee Padilla, however. Once Kenny Norton had a hypnotist. That was before his first fight against Ali. After that, when he broke Ali's jaw and beat him, he dropped the hypnotist. Maybe he should have kept to hypnotize the officials on his next 2 fights against Ali. But not in need of a hypnotist now. Kenny covered well against Young's right with his own right hand up above his head. Round action. There's Norton doing what he did back in the 3rd round. Young suddenly going to the midsection himself and then a right to the head that Kenny felt. Tell you one thing, Ali is no longer clowning. He is a serious onlooker of this fight now. He's right between the fighters, as you could see a second ago. And Jimmy Young is not having a bad round here in the 12th. Suddenly, Young's eyes look alive, alert. And Norton has stopped going to the midsection with the frequency that he was manifesting throughout the middle round. We're counting down to the end of the 12th round, a scheduled 15-rounder, and a good round for Jimmy Young. We're going to stay with the fighters at the end of this round and follow Kenny Norton to his corner. That's it. The bell for round 13. I thought we'd see a lot more movement from Jimmy Young in this fight than we did, or have up to this point. And maybe we didn't see the body movement expected because Norton's body punches took so much out of him. You can't measure that from ringside. You'd have to be the man in the ring. I call a 20-foot ring a good-sized ring. Step into it sometime and see how small it seems. How do you ever escape the other man? Kenny looking to go back downstairs. This is the 13th round. 2 good heavyweights. 2 men who knew their business. 2 men who dream of becoming the heavyweight champion of the world. 2 men, neither of whom Ali says he wants to fight, at least at this time, and that's what he told us tonight. Jimmy Young head hunter. Kenny's blows picked off by Jimmy Young's right glove. Kenny Norton's blows picked off by Jimmy Young's right glove. Young scoring with the left. Again with the left. 13th round action. A minute, 15 seconds left in the round. Funny, Kenny has stopped going to the midsection with all the frequency and effectiveness he showed in the middle rounds. Kenny up to the head with 2 quick lefts. combination and another. Caught from a slight mouse under the left eye. Norton appears substantially unmarked. Counting down to the end of a relatively uneventful round, the 13th round. Young tying Norton up effectively and himself trying to come back to the body. End of the round on its way. For the 14th round, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, Caesars Palace. It appears on the surface now with Young having a rally in the recent rounds to be a very close fight. We can't speak for the judges. You can score it for yourself at home. Young right there with a good left. There have been no knockdowns in this bout. Once I thought we might have one back in the 5th round when Norton scored with a crunching left to Young's right jaw. But no, Jimmy didn't go down. At one point, Jimmy seemed a tired fighter with glazed eyes. But he's come back from that. In the middle rounds, Norton, oh, there's Young going down the midsection. Middle rounds, Norton belaboured Young incessantly to the stomach. It seemed to be taking a lot out of Young. Yet Young has come off better in the recent rounds. Made a comeback. Or so it seems to us at ringside. So it's a confusing fight to score, as it almost always is when Jimmy Young is fighting. I think Young was hurt by a Norton right to his side. I believe he was hurt. Oh, those blows have an impact. They affect your kidneys when they're on the side like that. But Jimmy right there with a flashing combination. Counter-punching effective. So it's up again and down again. This is the 14th round of the scheduled 15 rounder. Jimmy working on Norton's head.
Jimmy Young was turning it up. He was winning the championship rounds clearly.
In either case, these are two fine fighters. There's Jimmy with a little kind of trot. Norton trying to go to the midsection, but Young picking off the blows. The crowd is now yelling, Jimmy Young. Jimmy headhunting and scoring. Again, Jimmy to the head. Almost to the end of the 14th round. And Jimmy Young is very much alive. In those middle rounds. Now the two touch gloves. The 15th
Yeah, this is the
final
last
round.
one.
The issue, so far as we can
Ooh.
see, in doubt.
We still got one more fight to go. It's a I think that's a short fight. It's only gonna be 4 rounds.
Wanting to leave the officials with the memory of a big final.
We had to go late night for you, Jimmy.
Failed to do. In his
You that type of fighter. You deserve to be remembered.
by the precepts of the referee that time, Arthur McCanny, that's what lost him the fight. So Kenny doesn't want to make that mistake again. He wants to dominate this final round, and he is punching. Norton covering up against the, or Young covering up against the ropes. Norton punching away to the midsection, the way he did in the
Ooh, he hurt Jimmy.
Kenny wanting to leave a big impression. That was a low blow. There's a left and a right to the stomach, up to the head. Young just covered. Young not doing much fighting in this, the 15th and final round.
Yo, BVO. I think this man snore. BVO.
Kenny drawing upon every last resource. He looked the part of a tired fighter. Now, Young suddenly connects to the head. He looked the part of a tired fighter in the 14th, but look at him now, throwing leather, wanting to clean up on Jimmy Young in the fight. But now Jimmy starts to counterpunch the way he so suddenly can and does. And he's there, he's got Norton covering. Crowd on its feet, cheering now for Jimmy Young. And the other half of the crowd on its feet and cheering for Kenny Norton. And they both deserve all the credit in the world. 1 minute left to go in this fight. Basically fought tactically by Norton the way he wanted to. And now Jimmy Young is dominating the round. He's coming on in the second half of this round with his counterpuncher. And Norton's head the target. So, as I said, it's shifting tides and ebb and flow. And you've got to make your own judgment in the subjective scoring of a fight. That's what the judges will do. Less than a half minute left. And Jimmy Young throwing the punches. Now Kenny Norton coming back at him. We're counting down to the end of this bout. They are both tired now. Then the crowd begins to clap and stand. And there will be an ovation for these two fighters as the fight ends. We await the decision. I turn it over to Chris Schenkel as I go into Ring Center.
Is a no good, lousy son of a